was getting the decision enough for you though? Because there was so much talk going into this fight about how explosive it was going to be. This is going to be the fight of the year. A lot of people, afterwards are kind of talking about it was a little bit lackluster. It seemed like you guys weren't pulling the trigger.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, kid. It was a fucking chess match, and that's what I fucking said it was gonna be. And let me tell you something, fucking kid. Lower your fucking voice, because I fucking had some babies last night, kid. I fucking got at the fucking after party, and I fucking Champers, fucking Lambrini. I'm fucking knackered, kid. So don't fucking scream at me, kid. Now.
Hey, listen. I've got to say, on Fox Sports, you use the word cunt. That's not allowed, Darren.
Listen, kid. I had my whole fucking city there. I fucking talk to me fucking lads how I fucking talk to them, and we're in fucking Liverpool, and it is what it is, kid. And right now, kid, it's like all I fucking care about is having me fucking roast beef, my fucking car fam.
What up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another Sound of Violence podcast. We are an MMA podcast that each week lets you know the MMA podcast you should catch, skip, and can't miss, as well as we try to check out a new show as well. I am here with Chris Madaffer, my co-host. I'm Pulver. What up, dude?
Doing great, man.
It was weird the way I did that. It sounded like I was introducing myself to you.
Yeah, so here I am with my co-host Chris, which is me.
Yeah. I mean, let's not get into Chris and Chris, the TV show again.
Yeah, right.
It's an awful concept, and
don't put me on Ambien because I might tweet something out racist.
Well, yeah, but it's not like the Ambience started recently.
Yeah, right.
Also, shouts out to Roseanne for being on the Doug Stanhope podcast. Great segue. We are sponsored by all our sponsors are very legit and they're not fake. So we are, as we like to say, it's the Popov Vodka presents Doug Stanhope presents our sponsors. And Chris, what are we drinking this week?
So what we have here is a beer from Ballast Point.
I've never had it before. You were the one that brought it up.
This beer that I tried, it's a golden ale. It's called Made in San Diego. And basically what it says here on the back is San Diego is our home where Ballast Point was born. With this beer, we partner with the San Diego Regional EDC to donate a portion of every case so to support local entrepreneurs that have the same dream of growing their business right here in San Diego.
Yeah, it's also maybe the best golden ale I've ever had.
Dude, this is fucking phenomenal.
I'm generally not a fan of golden ales because they taste too... I don't know if it must be the hops they use, because they taste kind of papery sometimes.
I see that.
Or and I know papery is an off flavor in beer, so it probably isn't intended to be papery, and I might just be reading that wrong. So I have a god-awful palate, considering I eat trash all the time, and I drink trash. I also have a Busch Light on the side, so, it's not like I have a super refined palate either, but it's a very, very drinkable golden ale. I am a big fan of it. Also, I guess shouts out to Busch Light, because that garbage is not the worst
Busch
thing.
Reg?
Sorry, it's Busch Regular. I don't know. I always just assume Busch...
No, remember that thing I showed you on Barstool? If it's Busch Light, you pour it out.
Well, I think, honestly, also, I just consider all Busch to be light.
Well, let's be real. They're all water.
Yeah. I mean, it just tastes like really good carbonated water, so... Yeah. That is what I am sipping on. Aside from Popov, again, shouts out to our sponsor. That's totally real, just like how they totally sponsor Doug Stanhope. Anyway, we will go ahead and get on topic and get to the segments for this week. So, Chris, why don't you start us off with the MMA show you think people should catch?
So first, I will just show you this one that I marked as a catch because I have another one too. I don't know if that's like a can't.
That is also one of my catches.
Okay, then do you want me to do another one I have?
No, let's
just
get
start
into
this
that
up.
one.
Let's get right into it. So this is one you texted me about, and I'm glad you did. Coast to Coast.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at Joe Rogan.
No. Was this your catch?
Coast to Coast is going to be my can't miss, so we'll get to that one in a minute.
That's why I asked you. Okay, perfect. I have another catch. Let me go ahead and get into that one. Sorry, I pointed wrong.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Spoiler, excuse me.
You guys, fucking Coast to Coast Combat Hour.
This is a new podcast for me, and it's my catch. It's called Obviously Fight Talk. I've seen
Love
it
those
before.
guys.
Yeah,
We've talked about it on the show, or I have before. They're British or Irish or British.
They're Irish.
I always mix them up with
Robert Palin and Brendan Dorman.
Yeah, I always mix them up with Slaphead and Giraffe, who I always think is Australian, but they're actually British.
Okay.
And I mix those two up with Submission Radio every once in a while, depending on the guest.
Yeah.
So it's really a concoction of crazy accents that us whiteys over here in America don't understand. So
pretty much, but then again, the United States has a fuckload of accents too.
But yeah,
probably confuses everyone else.
That for sure.
Yeah, I tell you what.
I do tell you what. But no, that show's fantastic, and they also a lot of times have the ref Daniel.
Oh yeah,
I always fuck this up. Mohadavi. I think it's Mohadavi.
I think it's Mohadavi. Yeah.
Something like that. I always fuck that up. And someone else said it wrong recently on a show that he did. I want to say in the last week or two. Did he do Bellator? No, you know what? I bet he did the. He must have either done Bellator or the Liverpool card over the weekend. I think it was a Liverpool card.
I think it was Liverpool.
Yeah. Which, by the way, boy, that was rough.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch it, so go figure.
You didn't miss much in the main event, I'll tell you right now.
So anyways, they kind of got right into the main event decision of the Liverpool card.
Everyone did this week.
They basically thought it was a hometown decision.
Yeah.
They actually both scored it for Wonderboy.
It was real close, but yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't watched the fight, and obviously I need to. I saw the media scores, Jesus Christ, were pretty much, say, 85% leaning towards Wonderboy as far as the scoring.
It felt that way, but, a lot of those rounds were swing rounds that could go
and they addressed that. They compared this decision to the hometown decision of Bisping versus Hendo 2, as well as Bisping versus Silva. Bisping versus Silva. I was gonna say Bisping versus Silva to me was Bisping.
Yeah, because Anderson Silva stopped fighting.
And he got knocked down 2 times.
He did get fucked up a couple times in that too.
Yes, he did knock out Bisping.
Henderson is also one of those things too, where Henderson landed 2 punches that entire fight.
The damage showed, but if you score round by round, which is how you're supposed to score a fight, Bisping won the fucking fight.
Similar, I would argue that is similar in that they scored it correctly.
And another caveat to that is people say, "Oh, look at the statistics, the fight metric." Darren Till outstruck Wonderboy, but like I said, it's supposed to be round by round.
Also, fight metric is bullshit.
Most of his strikes landed compared to Wonderboy. I think we're around 4 and 5.
Yeah. He definitely won 4 and 5. Well, he definitely won 5. That's the only
knockdown.
It's the only clear round in the entire fight. I rewatched that fight just before we started. Maybe we'll rewatch it on the break. But man, I think no one won that fight. I think the audience didn't win that fight.
Someone made a good point. They should call it a fucking draw.
I would not be mad at a draw on that fight.
They should just start calling draws more often. Just don't be afraid to do it. It's not a good idea because it pisses everyone off, but.
Well, I wouldn't be.
It pisses no one off.
Honestly, you could if scoring was based on a scale. So if nothing happened one round and a knockdown happened the next round, and that immediately gives you a 10-8, like in boxing, then that would justify a draw. The problem is it's not on a scale, and Darren Till lost a lot of that 5th round. Aside from that knockdown, or not even lost, just nothing happened for a lot of that round other than
just
the knockdown.
patty cake, right?
Not even that, just fainting. Just a lot of fainting.
They both expected to see Till to be more aggressive and Wonderboy to have new tricks up his sleeve. They said at this point with Wonderboy, they understand he's a top welterweight in the world, but they're tired of seeing stalemates against highly aggressive opponents.
Well, they match him terribly.
That too. They said people were going to start figuring out Wonderboy's patterns like they already are now, like just what happened to Lyoto Machida. As far as Darren Till, they said they were highly disappointed and they thought he looked reckless in his striking and basically in kind of his game plan. I
wouldn't say the opposite.
I don't have an opinion because I didn't watch the fight. What do you think?
I would say the opposite. I would say he was very,
Composed.
very, very hesitant the entire time to engage. Like he didn't
like a chess
do
match,
shit.
right?
Not even it's just him walking forward fainting, which people are weirdly giving that okay, well, I guess we should.
We won't stay too long on this.
No, but we should state one thing though. Everyone scores wrong. Everyone always says like, "Oh, it was pretty close on the striking, and then Darren Till was more aggressive, so he gets it." That's not how the striking works in the rule book.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
I'll keep going on what they said. Wonderboy is a sweetie pie and too good to be a gatekeeper. They think the only guy who can currently beat Woodley right now in the world is Rory MacDonald. But then again, when I don't necessarily disagree, I would take Woodley. Yeah, I would take Woodley in the rematch. They said maybe if Adelaide Bird was a judge, Wonderboy could have won in Liverpool. Not a bad point.
Not the worst.
These guys are very high on Tyron Woodley, as am I.
All right, here's the judging criteria. Effective striking and grappling shall be considered the first priority of round assessments. Effective aggressiveness is Plan B and should not be considered...
Isn't that what Big John said in his tweet?
Yeah, and should not be considered unless the judge does not see any advantage in the effective striking or grappling realm. Cage and ring control, Plan C, which is what he won the entire time, should only be needed when all other criteria are 100% even for both competitors. This will be an extremely rare occurrence. I honestly think that rule is basically saying unless someone is on top in guard for an entire round and no one throws a strike and for some reason they don't stand it up, then that person on top wins that round. That's how I read that. Because there's no time ever where there is completely equal, like there's no advantage in striking or grappling. That doesn't exist. So everyone's being like, oh, well, technically he was more aggressive even though it was pretty close. Like, no, by the rules it has to be identical for you to even consider the other criteria. So
I'll keep kind of pushing on.
Yeah, please do, because I've been stuck on that all week with people.
Yeah, I'll shut up about this. Basically, they're very high on Tyron Woodley. They don't think anyone's going to beat Woodley right now except maybe MacDonald, but that's out of the question. They said George St. Pierre would be a great fight against Woodley. I think everyone agrees with that. Yeah. However, at this point, GSP's trying to fight at 155 because of money, and he wants to get that third
It's
belt,
the Conor fight.
Potentially. That or Habib, whatever.
Yeah, it's Conor or Habib is all he cares about.
They talk about GSP has been doing a lot of intermittent fasting to get down to 155, why he looks so much leaner on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he has been trimming down quite a bit.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that last week.
Yeah, they said, who's the biggest threat to Habib and Tony? By the way, who they think are the two best lightweights in the world over Conor. They think it's Habib and Tony. I agree.
I agree.
They said Kevin Lee.
Also,
they said Kevin Lee, as of this point, is the biggest threat to both of those guys. I agree, too.
For them being Irish, that's a huge statement, too.
Yeah.
That's why I like that show. Is they're very blunt. Like they will just give their opinion.
They basically said those are the three best lightweights in the world. Yeah. But they said as far as like the top of the echelon, they said like who's the real lightweight champ? You know, it's
they don't couch as much for McGregor as Sheehan used to. Sheehan's better now. Sean Sheehan, big fan of that guy, and what's the name of their podcast? Severe MMA. Yeah. Thank you. They're pretty fair about that stuff, but Sean's gotten way better, and obviously Fight Dog has always been on top of that of like, we're just going to call it pretty straight down the line.
They talked about, they were talking about heavyweights. They said they think Stipe's the best heavyweight ever as of now, just based on who he's beat recently, his resume.
Hard to argue, man. It's like him, Nogueira, Fedor, and
they said if he beats DC, it's kind of cemented, because DC's 13-0.
Yeah.
But then Kane too. I don't even know if Kane fights again. I hope he gets healthy though.
Yeah. You and me and all of Northern California.
Yeah. They briefly touched on Bellator 200. They said while Mousasi looked fantastic, they think someone like Yoel Romero or even Robert Whittaker is a nightmare matchup for Gegard Mousasi. I wouldn't say nightmare matchup.
I don't agree.
With
I think he
nightmare.
has a decent chance against you all.
Yeah.
I think Whitaker is a tough one, but it'd be a hell of a fight. Because they never fought, right? Or did they fight way long ago?
No, they didn't fight. It was
because Whitaker's fought a lot of weird guys.
He was a welterweight. He was a welterweight.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Those are like two dudes
Whitaker
who have fought an underrated amount of people with names over their career. Like, especially Mousasi. That dude's fought since Pride, or I guess Dream. No, Pride and Dream. Like, he's fought I think he had a Bodog fight. Dude's been around for a while, so...
Then they briefly talked at the end. Does BK actually fight this year? Will it be against Habib? They hope so. Then they talked about MMA journalists and said nobody really dislikes Ariel only because he's harmless. And they said Luke Thomas is abrasive and can see why someone like John Jones avoids talking to him.
Right, they're talking when it comes to fighters. That's why people like Ariel.
Yeah, fighter-journalist relationships.
Well, and Ariel will get them coverage and needle them, but will not ever shit on anyone ever. Well, unless it's unintentional. Shouts out to Bobby Razak, who I'm a huge fan of. And
Nico Montano.
Yeah, Nico Montano, who I'm also a fan of. I'm like one of 5, from what I understand.
Yeah, Ariel has rat balls, right?
Well, he just... Dude is very friendly with Valentina's camp. He gets very friendly with like 5 managers, and that's where all of his information comes from.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's fucking. That's why all the Ali stories come from Ariel, because Ali likes Ariel, because Ariel doesn't ever, even when he does question him about shit, he immediately backs off when Ali gets defensive. So it's like,
he's like, no, Ariel, I'll tell you what, brother, and then
right.
he's like straight yelling.
Also, Mike Russell MMA. Is the Twitter account. Mike Russell has been talking about Ali for a while. There's a rumor, I think he tweeted out that he is trying out for a job in the non-MMA sphere. So that show might actually be dead before it even started, depending on how that job goes, which is would be a bummer, man. But like, you gotta wonder death threats with any stories about Ali.
Yeah.
Because that dude is like... Dude's got bodies on his name.
Yeah.
in a couple different ways. Some of them are dead Olympians that he took their names.
Robert
Some of
Brayton.
them are, yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Actually, is Robert Brayton alive? I just assume.
I hope so.
I assume he was
so.
killed off
I
by
hope
someone
he's alive.
at some point because of Ali.
If anyone from Colorado confirm he's alive, please tweet us. Or don't. Please don't.
Yeah, I'm cool with knowing either way. I'm neutral on it. But any other notes on those guys? I really like that podcast overall.
No,
I think
no more notes, but I enjoyed listening.
It's one that I often treat. I don't focus enough on how good it is. Like, it's one of the ones I always mean to get to, but don't always get around to because they do big, long, like hour-and-a-half long shows, and they don't always cover like the smaller shows too, which makes them always harder. So. But I really enjoy that show a lot, and especially when they have the ref on, Daniel. I'm not even going to butcher his last name again right now, but he's always super informative, and I've always liked his opinion and the guests on that, and the hosts on that show, so. Pretty cool, man. Let's see. I guess for my catch this week, do you have either of these on your catches? No, you don't, right?
I do not.
Okay, so I actually have 2 catches this week since I don't really have a skip. You know what? First of all, I'll go with Believe You Me, episode 65, since we played that clip on the intro of Scousa Dead Until.
That was fucking great.
Right? Fucking.
Yeah,
I'm fucking dead until. It's great. Also, spoiler alert, might not have been there until. However, that was also the show where Bisbing announced his retirement. They talked a lot about that main event.
His retirement?
Yeah, his retirement. And then, Dan Till called in. I don't think Hinach does H's in the middle.
Yeah, no, it's just when
he actually does the right version. Yeah. But so Renato calls in. Darren Till calls in, and
damn it.
and then Renato calls in. It's fucking great. That entire segment, Hinach being like, Poha.
Every other word. Fucking, fucking.
And when you think about how many times he says Poha and Akawayo, you're like, okay, well, that's just kind of, that's how dude does shit. But he's great on that episode. That's the main reason it's a catch. I enjoyed the kind of, I enjoyed Darren Till's segment. I thought that was very clever and very well done, but just Hinach being on in general is why I'm picking it. And then Bisping retiring was an interesting conversation. Mentioned he actually he is a slightly detached retina in his good eye now,
I was gonna say, yeah. Unfortunately, he is.
which is fucked up. So I'm glad he's not pursuing fighting anymore, because now he can get his eye fixed, number one. And number two, he is doing real well in films lately.
Yeah, I know.
Dude has been in a ton of stuff since that second Triple X.
Or third Triple X. Well, now sequel.
Whatever. There's not enough X's in the world.
Remember
to
that snap I sent you of that scene from the latest one of how fucking terrible that was? Remember how he doesn't drink?
Right.
And he was like this. With like the vodka. It's like, dude, like that can't be real. But yep, that was from the movie. Uncle Bisping wasn't bad in that movie either.
No, he seems to be okay in general.
Yeah, he's like a character actor.
Yeah, him and a couple dudes just seem pretty comfortable in that role.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat to see. I just thought it was a great episode overall. Louie Lewis is Lewis, so expected that going in, but overall, also Lewis said in that episode, "Oh, you hate me at first, but then listen to 6 episodes and tell me you still hate me." It's like,
now you're bringing it upon yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't hate you, but like, also, bro, you're never the best part of that show. Except for like when you're getting Jason Perla to smoke weed with you on air while Michael Bisping ices his broken ribs before the fight. That kind of shit's great. But do you have another catch?
Yeah, but it's your can't miss.
So why don't I get into my other catch?
I was gonna say I can get into a skip because you don't have one if you want.
Ironically, any part Luis Gomez talks on that Hinach isn't on probably could have been a skip. So
Okay,
I'm counting.
fair.
I'm counting that. I do have another catch though, which is Joe Rogan's MMA Show, episode 29 with Cat Zingano. It's just great. I don't want to go too into depth on it. It's Cat Zingano being extremely personable and really likable. It's really interesting. She mostly talks about shit that I think is garbage, like alternative medicine and like whatever weird magnet therapy she's doing for CTE, like all that shit. That I'm like, I don't know. But she also talks a lot about actually getting a traumatic brain injury in the fight with Amanda that she won.
Oh, shit.
She was diagnosed with it. She talks a lot about dealing with head trauma since then, which is really interesting. She talks about the Ronda fight and why she went for the early knockout. It was because it was shortly after the Amanda fight. And she still had that brain injury from the Amanda fight, so she's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go in hard, and we'll see what happens." She talks about moving to San Diego and working with Alliance and she's kind of like parsing out her training to a bunch of different places. Like she's training with Andre Galvao, I think it is, over at Atos. It's one of the high level Andre grapplers. I don't remember which one over at Atos. I think it's Atos. It might be Atos. I think it's Atos. It's an interesting episode. Rogan talks about how Kat is the perfect example of why MMA math doesn't work. Because she beat Amanda. Amanda fucked up Ronda. And Ronda beat Kat. So it's
Kat also beat Miesha Tate, right?
Yeah, Kat fucked up, knocked out Miesha Tate too.
Yeah.
Knocked out Amanda and Miesha Tate, and has a sub over, or was it a sub or a decision over Rocky Pennington? I think it was a sub.
I think she rear naked choked Pennington. Yeah,
she's super underrated, but she's been out again a lot of
she's been out
crazy
for a
stuff.
while. So
well, and it's because of the head trauma. Because of her husband dying, she was put on antidepressants after her husband died, and that fucked with her for a while.
any sort of prescription like that's not going to be good for your mental health.
Yeah, it's just a very interesting conversation and very honest about like head trauma and how she's been trying to deal with it and adjust to it. She has a really interesting explanation of like what was happening to her in training or in fights where she could no longer see opportunities. Like she really couldn't see when people had tendencies or patterns.
Oh, wow.
She couldn't recognize the pattern. So she would just be standing there getting hit with shit, trying to find a pattern.
Huh.
And then eventually she was just like, fuck it, and she would just rush forward and blitz people.
Yeah.
And that, honestly, when you rewatch some of her fights, like the Pena fight and
even
some
just
of
in
those...
the Ketlin Vieira fight, you see her
Ketlin Vieira,
at the third round.
That's the thing, is like...
Which is the only round she won in that fight.
Yeah, and you can see it's just like, it's a weird... It's just not being able to see and react quickly enough. And she said a lot of the therapy and stuff she's been doing has been helping with that.
Well, that's
which
good.
is like a weird magnetic shit that Eva Call did for a little bit, but like not that long. So pretty interesting, but it was just a fun episode. She also talks about they talk about how close TJ is to La Jolla, and there's a lot of San Diego talk actually on podcast this week. They talk about how you can lock down Coronado, which I didn't know. You know, if the residents of Coronado, there's a crime there, they can choose to lock down the bridge and the peninsula.
I've heard about that.
So that no one can
close
get
access to the bridge.
Yeah, that's fucked up rich people shit, yo. Go Google Coronado.
By the way, Coronado, a.k.a. Lawyer Island.
Lawyer Island, a.k.a. where Bob Chaney lives, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's pretty fucked up. It's like La Jolla for rich people. It's Coronado.
It's super La Jolla.
Dude, have you ever met anyone who went to Coronado High School?
No.
There is some
But my stepmom used to live in Coronado when she moved to San Diego.
Well, that checks out.
Yeah.
She's also a high-level attorney.
Yeah.
So that also checks out. Yeah. That pretty much sums up Coronado pretty well, I think. The only other thing Joe Rogan said, maybe the scariest thing I've ever heard. Joe Rogan said, what people like to see is head injuries. We're in the head injury business. Which is like, oh, man, you are not going to be commentating for that much longer,
It's
are you?
kind of how it is like for the NFL, too. It's like, oh, what a fucking hit. And it's like, dude, that dude's brain just went...
But they don't ever say the word, like, brain injury or...
Because the NFL
CTE
pays people not to fucking talk about that.
Right.
Like, that's like a fact. Like, yes, the NFL does have a research institute, but... publicly, like in a public forum, they will never say shit about CTE.
You're fired if you talk about it.
You'll never hear CTE in a public forum, in post-game.
That's why I think Rogan is probably not long for the UFC.
Yeah.
I think the ESPN deal is going to be the end of Rogan, I'm pretty sure. Which is going to be great because guess how many Fight Companions we're going to get, y'all. It's going to be so much better. I'll probably listen to Fight Companions over broadcast 90% of the time.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I mean, as long as... I mean, like you said, this weekend's wasn't as entertaining, right? Because they talk about conspiracy.
Well, that's the thing is Eddie Bravo, if you let Eddie Bravo smoke enough weed and talk about conspiracies enough, shit gonna get weird.
Yeah.
But, it's just a good episode. Overall, Rogan's been killing it lately with the guests. Also, this is a great moment to mention. Rogan has coming up, we said Sean O'Malley on June 5th. June 5th, Rogan's going to have Sean O'Malley on. He's also going to have Faraz Zahabi on June 19th. So keep an eye out for both of those. Also, the day this episode releases, Friday, Roseanne will also be on, evidently. Which is...
That's going to be...
It doesn't surprise me. Rogan is always backed comics. Roseanne is a friend of Joe Rogan and Doug Stanhope. And Roseanne makes fucked up jokes. Like, will he defend Roseanne? No. Does he agree with Roseanne? No. Will he give her a platform to say, hey, it was a fucking joke? Yeah, for sure. Still racist, but it was a bad joke.
It's either going to go really well or really bad having her on there. So
I mean, she'll say
it won't go bad because Joe can control it.
She'll say some dumb shit, but like it won't matter because they're done with Roseanne, so Roseanne can go back to comedy or whatever if she wants. So Roseanne kills it at stand up.
That's right. I always forget she was like fucking.
She is a stand-up before she's an actress, or she was before she got super political. But she's fantastic on Doug Stanhope's podcast, though. If you've ever listened to that, go check those out. They're in the archives. They're very good episodes. I do think she has. The problem is she's old enough. People like don't give enough credit to old people saying racist shit unintentionally. Like, I feel like everyone's parents say
I feel like
racist
her whole tweet, she wanted to get like a Trump effect where she's like a bunch of racist supporters are like, oh
Right.
yeah, we can get behind this, and then it goes not unnoticed, but basically like it goes kind of.
She chose the wrong words.
Yes.
Very clearly. Like, you can make that point better and funnier not using the word she used. Which is like, I think that's just an old person thing, y'all. And I think we need to recognize that old people say racist shit. Like, most races, especially with old people, right? Like, I feel like, have you ever talked to an old Mexican dude?
I lived with my grandma for 5 years,
Right.
and I'll just say she's she's not around anymore. But when I was living with her, her views, I'll say they were conservative.
Yeah.
She was. I can't call her a racist because she's not, but the way she talked was racist.
Right.
As fuck.
In context in modern society,
Yes.
you can't say shit like that. My dad does that all the time. Where I'm like, bro, you can't look like a grown-up Hitler Youth and also say shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
my dad is blonde with a mustache, and he has even the Hitler Youth haircut and everything.
Oh
It's
my.
awful. So you can imagine how my childhood was growing up. Where I'm like, bro, you can't say Mexican like that. I know you don't mean anything weird, but that tone was awkward. So anyway, we are way off topic.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Roseanne for ruining everything. And my racist dad, who's friends with a lot of Mexican dudes. So I don't know. I think he just is bad at jokes. To be fair. He sent me a card. Anyway, he's bad at jokes. Let's get to your can't miss and get off, or your skip and get off this topic.
Sorry, I kind of spaced out. A friend of mine had messaged me on Instagram saying, "Hey, what podcast are you doing?" Because I had put it on my story saying it's almost podcast time. So I just had to message it real quick and I just added to it. Just us talking about Roseanne being a piece of shit.
Pretty much.
So my skip, it's a new one too. Well, I've listened to this before, but it was probably like 2 years ago when we first started. It's Time with Bruce Buffer. He's been putting them out more since TJ's been in there.
Also, TJ has been playing a heavier role, and Sammy Phillips has been on less, which are my two favorite things.
This was a solid podcast, and the reason why I made it a skip is because halfway through they got into political stuff.
They do that.
Yeah, so... either way, the interesting thing about it was they talked about if Liverpool had beaten Real Madrid in the Champions League final, Bruce said it would have taken him 3 hours to get to the arena because fans would have just raided the streets.
Well, that's what they were...
Chaos.
Because there was a parade that was supposed to go right by the event center.
They talked about the scoring of the fight. Bruce said it was difficult to score, but the knockdown, like we said before, the knockdown for 208 secured it for him. It's way judge's opinion. TJ scored
That's not how fights work, Bruce.
Yeah, right?
You can't just... It's not pride scoring, dog.
Yeah. TJ scored it for Thompson, 48-47.
Yeah, that's what I had.
I think Bruce thought Thompson won, too. Biz being retired, they talked about his legacy in the UFC, and he's a surefire Hall of Famer. I agree. They talked about his future Hollywood roles.
Yep.
They talked about...
Triple XX, 9XX.
Well, I remember TJ's like, wait, he's taking off his clothes now? He's like, no, Triple X with Vin Diesel. I was like, oh.
Checks out.
That makes sense. They said, we don't think we'll ever see Nick Diaz ever again in the octagon. They said maybe not even Nate Diaz, depending if he ever gets that third McGregor fight. I don't know about the Nate Diaz
I don't know about
part.
Nate. Nick, it's
all alleged, yes.
I think we'll see Nick fight again, eventually. If this shit gets cleared, which, I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm 50-50 on whether or not that shit's going to end up okay or not.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's
if
all alleged.
Crazy Eyes is the person, if fucking Crazy Tiny House eyes stalker lady is the person, then like that changes everything. But if it's not her, then like or if it's Fight Nanny, that changes things too. Shouts out to Punch Drunk Sports. If it's Fight Nanny, then yeah. No, you probably should have just throttled the shit out of her.
So,
joking, of course. Yeah, I'm kidding. Fight Annie's pregnant currently. I'm pretty sure.
We don't advocate.
Or wait, maybe
we don't advocate for violence against women.
Maybe she had that kid. My point is like she's either very pregnant or just as of like a couple weeks not pregnant. So. That's what that joke was, y'all. Since you don't know who I'm referencing.
So it was just a skip for me because eventually they talked about some stuff about like the Indiana school shooting, and then they
they do that. Bruce likes.
I get it. It's cool.
Bruce likes current topics.
Shoot the shit. But that's what it was for me. Otherwise, it's always fun listening to Bruce talk to TJ.
Yeah, they have a good repertoire.
Rapport. I was gonna say they have a good rapport. Repertoire they could have. They both definitely have a good repertoire.
Yeah, but that's different though. Yeah, I was looking for rapport. You are 100% correct. Cool. Why don't you get us into your can't miss show for this week?
So my can't miss is Way of the Warrior.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I almost listened to that, but I was having trouble with the link.
The main reason why it was the can't miss for me is because they talked about. Well, yes, we discuss.
Oh, you're gonna bring up BK, aren't you?
No, not at all.
Oh, thank God, because I saw that in the title.
Nope. While we discuss what rankings really mean, the point they made across is assurances as far as Wonderboy got 30% of Till's purse. He also should have had an assurance that his ranking doesn't necessarily get affected. Yes, it will since you lose. But the fact that have you seen the rankings lately? It's pretty comical.
I know Till is 2 now.
It's pretty comical. Basically they're arguing if you don't make weight,
you can't be ranked.
You can't go up to and I agree 100%.
I would argue if you don't make weight, you're out of the rankings.
So, yeah, rankings aside, I'll say right now, it's absolute bullshit that he goes from number 8 to 2 by beating Wonderboy. Yes, Wonderboy has his style.
Beating in air quotes.
Yeah, beating him in air quotes because it wasn't decisive. I mean, it was a decision.
It was very close, to be fair to both.
And I didn't watch the fight, so I'll reserve my judgment.
We'll watch it on the break.
In any effect, Wonderboy should have maybe gone down to number 2. I don't care. I don't care about the rankings. That's the thing. I'll get into this.
They're garbage.
So let me get into this. Let me just shut the fuck up and get into this. So basically, they start with Bisping goes on to. He goes out and retires with 2 losses in a row, but it doesn't matter because how would you compare his career to someone like Rashad Evans as far as Hall of Fame worthiness? The question is, were you pushing the sport forward in your career? I think they both were. At least Rashad in the light heavyweight division not as much as Bisping.
Not as much as Bisping.
No, of course not.
Because Bisping brought a market to the UFC. There was no European
Rashad was a
market.
one-time. He never defended his belt. Granted, he had to go up against John Jones, but shit like that, which is nuts.
Yeah, well, Rashad got starched by Lyoto.
Oh, it was Lyoto, but it was that triumvirate of fighters.
The Rashad GIF.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
that's a bad one.
Excuse me.
Rashad also with the Chuck GIF though to get the belt.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. He was just in that. Holy fuck! It's contenders in that division.
That was a crazy time in light heavyweight. Back when there was people in light heavyweight.
2009, something like that. 2010, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe earlier than that. Maybe 7, 8.
I think it was 2008, 2009.
Because it was just
All
after
I know is
Ultimate.
Rampage became champion like 08.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
And Griffin became champion after that in 09. That's right, yeah. Rashad became champion, I think, in 09, 010, in 2010.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe you're right. I mixed that stuff up. I'm bad at timelines.
So then they talk about Bisping taking the fight against Gastelum 2 weeks after getting finished by GSP when a lot of others wouldn't have. That's what they love about Michael Bisping. They said what's insane now is Gastelum is now in the title picture 3 weeks after beating Jacare. Bisping was great at the end of his career for taking top fights people didn't want to do, just like stepping in to face Luke Rockhold on 2 weeks' notice.
He definitely did. He did not turn down fights. Asterix Yoel Romero.
I was gonna say, yeah, Asterix Yoel Romero.
But Yoel is shady enough that like Bisping has fought enough dudes that are shady that like I don't feel like we need.
Then they went on talking about fighters missing weight. They said as of now, it's probably changed. 62 fighters.
Rashad won the belt off Forrest Griffin in December 27th of 2008.
Oh wow! Okay.
Lost to Lyoto in 2009.
There you go. They said as of to date, 62 fighters have missed weight for UFC bout. 62 fighters total.
Oof.
Or 62 instances, I should say, because it's probably fighters multiple times.
Right.
Ray Longo thinks fighters missing weight and gaining an advantage to still take fight. Wait, excuse me. I said this totally wrong. So Ray Longo thinks basically fighters missing weight and then rehydrating massively, knowing that they miss weight, is almost worse than taking PEDs. Or is worse than taking PEDs for a fight. AKA in the instance of Big Mac and Darren Till. Darren Till wasn't extreme as Big Mac. Because Darren Till is a huge motherfucker for that division.
Right.
Either way.
Well, they're both big, but yeah.
Yeah. So then they said, you beat the number one contender while not making weight. You lose 30% of your purse, but still go up in the rankings. I mentioned that. I'll just be brief with this. Should there be more of a punishment to the system? Basically, I mean, realistically, what? Till should just stay put. He gets the high profile win over Wonderboy. He just stays put, right?
He could maybe move up. Number 7, I don't know. I would need to know who's right above him, but like, you can't. I wouldn't say the problem is though is he can't be below Thompson now because of how rankings work. Oh, actually, the problem is he has to be next to Thompson.
Yeah,
he could be below him, but he needs to be next
because
to him.
Even Darren Till himself said, "Give Wonderboy a title shot before me," because look who Wonderboy's beat. He said, "I haven't even beat any welterweights yet besides him and Cowboy."
Well, and that's the other thing too is,
and that's what I love about Till. He keeps it real.
He does. I don't like him at 170. I think
I don't either.
I heard Josh Gross this week on The Outsiders argue that anytime anyone misses weight, they should have to move up for their next fight, and I'm totally on board with that. I think that's the smart way to do it because that is how you stop people from cutting from missing weight. They have to move up immediately after.
So
if they
yeah,
blow
right
away.
now this is the rankings, air quotes. So we got the champ Woodley. Number 1 is RDA. Number 2 is Darren Till. Number 3 is Wonderboy. 4 is Colby Covington. 5 is Robbie Lawler. 6 is Kamaru Usman, who was previously number 5. So Usman, he went down.
Jesus Christ.
Number 7 is Damian Maia. Number 8 is Neil Magny.
Usman, who had a better performance than fucking Darren Till or Stephen Thompson.
Yeah. And that's who Darren Till wants next. And I'm all for that fight.
Dude, I don't think the UFC gives him that.
But
I've been
they
saying
know that's a risk for their boy Till.
I've been saying for
Usman's
a while.
Gonna snooze fest him, right?
Well,
he's gonna snooze min him.
They're trying to corner Darren Till through the 170 division, where they're like, let's not give him any wrestlers.
By the way, please have that fight because I would love to see Darren Till murder. No, he wouldn't murder Connor, but I would love to see him.
Oh, that'll never happen.
He'd be way
He's
too
like
big
90 pounds heavier than Connor.
Yeah.
Connor could barely make 170.
Excuse me, BK, but you know what we're saying.
Yeah.
But no, I would love that fight because I'd love to see that shit. I don't think BK would even take that fight.
No, he never would. He doesn't take fights. What are you talking about? He doesn't fight at all.
He chooses fights.
He hasn't.
I don't defend belts. I take them.
And run. Yeah.
Give me a fucking dolly.
Yeah. Give me some track shoes. I'm fucking out of here. I don't know what accent that was. It was the Scouse shit has been wearing off on me, so now all my accents are blending
it's
together.
It's like a mix of everything.
Yeah, it's real bad.
But yeah, that's what I had for. I like that podcast a lot because they really discuss what rankings mean, if they mean anything anymore. At this point, with WME running, sailing the ship, doesn't mean shit.
For real.
Captaining the ship, whatever the fuck you want to call
what's going to be interesting, though, is those rankings were put in place because of Fox.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how the ESPN deal affects that.
It's even worse because it's ESPN.
But they might actually have Ariel and people on the board.
Ooh, okay.
So like it could
Ariel does
kind
of give a fuck about the rankings.
Well, they also have Jeff Wagenheim.
They
also have Jeff Wagenheim on.
Maybe Chael will be on board too.
Like,
I know he gives a fuck about the sport.
Well, and
as far as if you're martial arts,
if Ariel or Jeff have a say, they would have a bunch of journalists make rankings like every other fucking sport does.
You know, maybe
that's what baseball and everything does, right?
Actually, yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's the AP, the Associated Press,
right? Which is the same for basketball,
same with the NFL,
college football, college basketball, all that stuff.
And no one ever complains about that. It's pretty balanced.
It's because everyone is. You get enough high-level people on board, and it balances itself out.
I'm all for it then. I mean, the ESPN deal might be way better than you were anticipating, as far as just for... Well,
true, but the problem is
for
now, how many people like Josh Gross or Jeff Sherwood, who are banned by the UFC, are going to have access? Like, because...
Yeah, touche.
Because Josh Gross has written for ESPN. multiple times, done docs for him and stuff. Multiple, like, long, tenured writer for them. But, yeah, how much do you think he's actually going to get access to anything UFC? Probably not much.
Yeah.
It's the reason why their podcast
limited.
is called The Outsiders, so.
Yeah, right.
It'll be interesting for sure. But why don't we jump into the Can't Miss for this show? I had Coast to Coast Combat Hour, which you listened to as well, right?
Yep.
So this show, if you guys don't know, is hosted by Matt Hawkins. Hawkins.
Glad you wrote their names.
I think
down.
it's Hawkins
I
and
couldn't
Ed
remember.
Carbazal. I know him from the MMA community, or MMA Hawk, and I forget what Ed's name, Carbazal MMA or something like that on the forums. They're super nice guys. Spoiler alert, or disclaimer, or whatever you call it. I am friendly with both these dudes, so take that for what it's worth. However, they had the real, what I would argue, and I think we should all agree to going forward, was the real John Jones on their show. Because clearly the fake John Jones is the one who did steroids and cocaine and hit a pregnant lady.
Yes.
The real John Jones is the video game developer who has a cool mustache and is a giant hit.
AKA the Cat John Jones, or the Sigh.
Yeah,
John
or
Jones.
Wrong John Jones.
Yeah.
That was the other one, yeah. He is fantastic.
He's hilarious.
This is just a great episode. They talk about he talks about learning about MMA by people just yelling at him.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically how he came to know the sport, is by people
what was it,
yelling
like,
at him.
what was it, 151? Was, like,
I believe
the first
so,
event
yeah.
People started tweeting at him like, "Fuck you."
That was the one
I'ma kill
where
you.
Chael.
It was Dan
supposed to fight
Henderson got
Henderson.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chael was like, "Oh, I'll fight you, John."
On like 24 hours notice.
Yeah,
and John was
then
like,
John's
fuck that.
"Nah."
No,
and
I'm not doing that.
And then he got all these death threats. "I'm gonna kill you,
Yeah, a
motherfucker."
bunch of death threats from people. But poor real John Jones actually got the death threats and hailed it remarkably. That was where you like first blew up, pretty much. Here's some quotes. Bones is down to about 2 atrocities a year.
I wrote that too. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, he's like the springtime and the fall.
Yeah, it's hilarious. He is a very, very funny dude. He reminds me of a lot of the video game Actually, you know who he kind of reminds me of is the New York version of Total Biscuit, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, John Bain.
Yeah, who just passed away, unfortunately. That dude was very smart and knowledgeable. This is like the developer, nerdier, like, version of TB. And TB is like, was already kind of all that except for the developer part, so... Yeah, that's a bummer. I just remembered that happened.
Yeah.
I was a fan of that guy. Anyway, but yeah, John's fucking great on this, and Ed and Matt are... This is the best interview I've ever heard with John. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him. I've never seen him in an interview. I think he's great. Very personable
He's
guy.
hilarious,
Always
right?
smiling.
Yeah, super funny. There's a ton of cool
he
stuff.
He grew up playing Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom,
Which he said
I'm
he's
like
terrible
jealous
at.
of because I'm bad at fighting games. As much as I love playing Mortal Kombat in those games, I'm terrible at.
Me too. You said he was too, though.
Yeah. Fuck, he probably loves Dragon Ball Fighters too. God damn it.
That's a good question.
God
I
damn it.
bet he does. I wonder if he's a
Dude,
Dragon Ball
that game's
nerd.
like blowing up, dude, on like the local scene. I heard like
Yeah.
all the new characters are adding. It's like fuck.
Dragon Ball is a good game. Because it's one of those fun games like Killer Instinct where they'll let you mash out a combo, or if you want to do doper shit, you can mash out a combo into other shit.
Yeah.
And like really, so like everyone can pick it up and play it. And also they still don't have Mr. I was gonna say Mr. Hands, but that's a very different person. There's a devil character in Mortal Kombat in Dragon Ball Z that's the dumbest shit ever.
Deborah?
No.
The demon?
No. It's like Mr. Devil or something terrible.
You mean probably from Dragon Ball, like in the 80s?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a
I think I know
really
what you're talking
bad
about.
character that I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But anyway.
They talked about Pride events in the current end of the year Ryzen, where they have tournaments where fighters fight more than once a night. And John was talking about that, saying that's kind of insane. How people had the stamina to do that. Talking about fighters like Dan Henderson when he won that tournament. Fighters like, who was it? Gegard Mousasi was in Dream, I think, doing that. Alistair Overeem was in there. They talk about fighters who love video games, like my cousin, Roxanne.
My cousin, Mr. Satan. That was his name.
Oh, Hercule. Yeah, Mr. Satan.
Mr. Satan.
Hercule.
How do you not have Mr. Satan in a fighting game?
They'll add him for sure.
They have to.
Yeah.
His name's Mr. Satan. Anyway,
Angela Hill, and then Mighty Mouse.
Yep.
I mean, there's a bunch of fighters. Like Wonderboy Thompson plays, John Volante plays, Stipe fucking plays
Chris
PUBG. Chris Weidman
all
plays,
those guys,
they all play PUBG, shit like that.
Yeah. Call of Duty, too.
Who else?
Matt
Sarah loves Xbox.
Yep, Jessamine Duke.
Yeah, she does cosplay too.
And she also plays a ton of Fallout. Like, her and Shayna Baszler have been tweeting about Fallout all week long because of the new announcement.
Part of me wants to reinstall Fallout 4 and try to continue the rest of the
I've
game.
been thinking the same thing. Maybe we should both just play Fallout 4. We should probably just play Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I should probably play Fallout 3, though. Because I still never beat Fallout 3. Much less New Vegas.
The only one I beat was New Vegas. And then
I never beat any of them because I get like 6 hours in and I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed I need a break. And then when I take a 2-week break, I'm like, I can't come back to this. I need to start over.
Yeah.
So that's rough. But they have some cool shit. They do a great job of recommending early shows to John about stuff he should catch, which I highly recommend for any like newer fans or anyone who like. Have you watched the early UFCs? You watched a handful of them with Trevor, right?
Trevor. Yeah, we went to watch like the first 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah, the first 7 I think is what Matt recommended, and I like you could tell there's a real weird feel about those first like handful where just crazy shit is happening, and it's just fun hearing him describe to John like, oh yeah, in the first UFC dudes are like punching each other in the nuts and one fight ends by a dude's tooth flying out of his mouth out of the cage and then the ref deciding maybe I should try and stop this or something before this guy dies because that wasn't a rule or anything yet. So that's pretty interesting. How much Pride have you seen? Probably not much, right?
I saw the 2005 gnarly card. I saw like a handful of fights are noticeable, like anything with Don Fry.
Right, Don Fry Takayama, of course.
I saw a bunch of stuff with Bob Sapp.
Yeah, Bob Sapp, Nogueira, Randleman. You seen Randleman Fedor when he suplexes him.
It's basically the notable fights I've seen.
Right. There's some cool cards. I
even saw some old Anderson Silva shit when he would walk out to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and then you get fucking wrestle fucked the entire time.
Yeah.
Or subbed back then. Didn't Alistair Overeem sub him back in the day? Or is it the other way around?
I don't know. I think he did sub.
One of them, they fought each other at one point because Alistair was like 185 times a man. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and then they talked about beer for the last like 30 minutes.
Hell yeah!
20 minutes.
Yeah, they also, I'll mention briefly, they did talk about a bunch of the fights he's been to. They talked about
that's right.
Him going to I think it was 130 originally. Oh, I think somebody just fell off a building near me. They talk about, I want to say it was, here, I have it somewhere. His first card was, 135. And then going to UFC 217, where there was like 4 title changing hands, and that's what got him into MMA. He talks about subbing to Fight Pass and getting basically crowdsourced fight recommendations on Twitter. Oh, shit. So if you're following John Jones on Twitter and you haven't seen a lot of the older fights, that's probably a great resource. It's just going back in his replies timeline and checking stuff out.
So speaking of going to fights, can I segue into something great?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I told you I had some really good news. So first of all, let me segue into the segue. Remember we went to UFC, whatever it was, San Diego?
Yep, Fight Night San Diego with what's his face?
Tony Ferguson was on the card.
Was it Ferguson or was it?
Tony Ferguson fought Josh Thompson. Holly Holm fought Marion Renato on that card.
Yep.
The main event was Frank Mir and Todd Duffy.
Oh, yeah.
So the crazy news is, since it's on my birthday, me and my brother officially got tickets for motherfucking UFC 226. We're going.
Oh, shit.
We are fucking going. Confirmed.
Nice.
Yep. We are going.
That's awesome, dude.
Yep. I was like, fuck it, dude. It's our birthday. Let's go to Vegas. So, yep.
That's
I
awesome.
got the days off, so I'm going to go. I'm going to
How much were they?
I got, basically nosebleeds, middle of the pack nosebleeds. I tried to get a front row, but it was like $200. I got, $173 each. The killer...
It's not terrible for how big the card that is.
The killer was the fees. But either way,
also Vegas hotel fees.
I'm gonna bring
that.
my nice camera that I bought. Obviously, they won't let me bring it in because you need credentials. But I'm gonna basically take photos and do some stuff for our podcast, post them online.
Cool,
as
yeah.
Far as like just fan, because dude, there's gonna be so many fucking Hawaiians there.
Also, is that International Fight Week?
Yeah, so on the 6th,
So there's all those
tough,
events.
There's gonna be the tough event before that.
Well,
I know that's a separate event. So
I just mean fan events, though.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
like the expo and everything is that weekend.
If I can, because Kyle has the whole week off, I'm gonna try to ask my manager because I have the 7th, my birthday to the 9th off. I'm gonna try to get the 5th to the 9th off and try to get there on the 5th because I'm gonna go to UFC convention, UFC Con. And then maybe I'll take pictures there. Because remember, I went there, last time I was in Vegas was 6 years ago for my 21st birthday.
Right.
And I remember when I went there, I met all these fighters. So if you're in my camera, they'll let me bring in. That'd be dope. Just
there you
take a
go.
bunch of pictures of fucking fighters there. So
yeah, that or
I'm officially.
We'll have to get some quotes or something.
The Sound of Violence will officially be partly at 226 this year, guys. So
there you go.
It'll be their biggest card of the year.
That'll be dope, dude, for sure. Maybe we'll have to get
let you know. I just want to announce on here, so I'm fucking going, dude.
Yeah, we'll have to get some clips of audio from you and Kyle, before and after the event or something at the arena.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
If anything, I could just do it on my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, duh. I'll just record a bunch of shit on my phone.
Yeah, do that for sure. That'll be dope. Cool, man. Well, that's gonna be one hell of a card.
Yeah.
And also, those smaller shows, a lot of times they don't sell out, so they're just giving those tickets away. Especially in Vegas, like because they always do 2 or 3. I think there's 2 cards.
I realized I probably should just tweet out to Roxanne or some shit and just let her know, like, hey, I know like you have a bunch of cousins, but I'll be out there, so maybe we'll run into you. We'll get a photo op. I don't fucking know.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, hit up Roxanne. She's like, my last name's not Modafferi, so I don't understand why you're... Like, come on! It's basically cousin!
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, that's very dope. Yeah, so that's about all I had for the Coast to Coast Combat Hour, apart from the fact that John Jones is so dope, he was drinking Lagunitas pills and Stone Nation 2.0.
Yeah.
And they just geek out about San Diego beer for like the last 20 minutes of that episode. Which
Yeah,
is
I didn't remember the guy's name, so I said, dude in the Kangol hat lives in San Marcos.
Matt, Matt.
Yeah, it said lives in San Marcos.
Yeah. And he grew up near Escondido.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Matt's super close by. One of these days we'll have to go grab a beer with him for a local event, because he always covers them. So, yeah, just a fantastic episode. Do you have any new shows you listened to this week?
I have another new show. You mentioned it last week or 2 weeks ago. Dean Thomas show. It was short.
So, perfect segue. Keep going, because I have a note about this. Let me hear your notes first.
So he recalls the time he saw a homeless guy in Liverpool who was
that's
using
a
his
good
cell
story.
phone, and he's like, "Hello, sir. Do you have any change?" And he's like, "This dude's on a cell phone."
I believe his phrase was, he's lying down, pillow talking on a cell phone in the middle of the street because he's homeless.
Yeah, he gave his thoughts on the main event. He thought Wonderboy won the fight because of cleaner shots landed. Then again, I'll reserve judgment because I haven't seen the fight.
I had the same thing.
But this is becoming the trend so far.
Yeah.
As far as a lot of media people, so
it was close though. It was the only clear round was Till in the fifth.
He thinks,
and maybe Wonderboy in the first.
He thinks judging needs to evolve to some extent.
Yeah, he talks a lot about open scoring.
Yeah, he said some judges don't know an arm bar from a candy bar, and they're scribbling nonsense.
Yep.
He says they need to get rid of the 10-point must system. He said fighters too often like to cruise when they're up in the fight. Shouts out to Jorge Masvidal early on in his career. Sorry.
Depending on the fight, shouts out to Bellator.
Yeah, right.
Where you got reverse triangle one time.
Or is that Strikeforce?
No, it was Bellator.
It was Bellator, yeah.
It was in the early days of the
tournament. He said coaches need to be more honest with their fighters now they're performing throughout the fight. Those are the only notes I had on it because it was about 16 minutes long.
What do you think about the audio?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned the background music. I like the choice of music. I didn't like how loud it was.
So, good news. I tweeted to Dean Thomas this week from our account, and he is going to adjust the audio levels going forward. So, hopefully we fix that problem. Because I hit him up, I was like, dude...
What was he playing, like Mobb Deep? I couldn't even tell what it was.
It might just be local beats from dudes he knows if I know Dean Thomas well. Like, I don't even think one of them was a Mobb Deep one.
Yeah, one of them was like a real song. It was like Mobb Deep or
the other ones might have been just like buddies stuff. But either way, I hit him up, I was like, dude, I love your show, but these music beds are killing me. How can we, like... I would prefer that, like, I didn't say I'd prefer them removed, even though that was my implication. But I was like, if you're not going to remove them, can we maybe bump it down a couple decibels? He's like, oh, thanks for the response. I was waiting for that feedback. I was worried about it. So, yeah, because it drowned him out. I believe I said it drowns you out, and my YouTube comment was more saucy than my Twitter my tweet to him. So anyway, he's gonna fix that audio going forward. So keep an eye out for the Dean Thomas show. He should be episode 3 where that gets fixed, and I think it'll really improve the quality of that show because it was just too loud to where it's almost the same volume as him, and it's just hard. It's hard to track it, you know.
Yep.
Like, a lot of the jokes fall flat because you're getting distracted by the beat changing and shit like that. So the only new show I had was the Middle Easy Fight Fist podcast, episode 21, which is hosted by Dan Lamort, Luke Toma, and Diego Lopez. They were recording live in Jimmie Rivera's office with him.
Oh, cool.
This was recorded a couple weeks back. It sounds like it was around the time of Bellator 198, back at the end of April. So a couple weeks out from Jimmy's fight. They talk a lot about his upcoming fight with Marlon and how often he spars, that kind of stuff. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how many times did he talk about how he once knocked down TJ?
He did mention TJ once in the entire episode. Jimmy does sound like he hints that he might be a bit banged up in this episode.
Huh.
He's like, he does the classic, like, oh, no fighter goes into a fight healthy and that kind of stuff. But, like, it seemed like he was hinting that he might have been a bit banged up, but 4 weeks out is not that bad, depending on how banged up you are.
Yeah, you should be alright.
So I didn't take too much, I didn't give it too much weight, but interesting either way. Jimmy also busts one of the host Diego's balls all the time. In this episode, he busts his balls for not listening to the previous episode he was on since Diego was out. He's like, oh, you didn't go back and listen to it? Like, you have access to it, right? Just busted his balls the whole time. He talks about getting bigger. Talks about getting bullied. And he says, here's a quote, everybody's bigger than me. I'm 5'4", dude.
Wait, I just realized he did look short as shit. Is he really that short?
Yeah, he's 5'4".
Damn.
According to him. They talk about the Brett Johns fight against Aljo.
That makes sense, because I was looking at this fight, I was like, he looks shorter
He's
than me.
short as shit. Yeah, well, you're 6,
I'm
right?
5'6", yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like Dillashaw.
Yeah, he's a small dude.
Holy
For
shit,
sure.
yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, but that's why he can have the weight he does on him. Like,
Well, yeah,
he's a
shorter
big
people,
dude.
like, if I wanted to do well, I don't want to get, like, wrestler build, because it'd be too much eating per day, and I don't have the patience for that, as far as, like, the diet, and because I love beer too much.
Yeah, that too.
But, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it'd be like that. And you lose weight and gain weight pretty quickly, but, yeah. Fuck, he's 5'4".
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Wow. He's too big for flyweight, clearly. He's huge.
Way too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's closer to 145 than he is 125.
Yeah.
They talk a bit about the Bellator 198 card and Bellator 199 that was upcoming. He just keeps busting Diego's balls the entire time for terrible questions and shit like that. He addresses Ali talking shit all the time on the internet. And they talk about Connor and the Dolly. It's just a fun episode. Dan is very funny. Dan has some great fat jokes about himself during the episode. About how, like, he's not concerned about losing a toe. He's concerned about losing toes to diabetes. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Dan makes a lot of dark jokes on that episode.
Christ.
So, and it was like, it's half joking, half serious kind of comedy. I do a good amount of those kinds of fat jokes, so I appreciated it quite a bit. But yeah, it's a heck of an episode. If you want to hear a fighter talk candidly with people who are, like, joking as fuck about how kind of trash the sport is, it's a good one. Just how ridiculous the sport is and how, like, everyone takes it too seriously kind of stuff. It's a good episode, and they're very funny. They're all very funny, especially Dan. Dan's a stand-up comedian and a journalist, so it makes it easy. But super funny dude, and it's one of those shows that like they will say things and do things that will upset you. So
great.
unless you're willing, they also shit on Luis Gomez for making racist jokes during the episode.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, let's not turn this into a fucking the Legion of Skanks episode, that kind of shit. So I thought that was great too. But it's a fun show. I'm definitely gonna listen to it going forward, and I'm glad they made a return fairly recently. Is there any other shows you wanted to give some love to?
Yeah, one last shout out. Submission Radio. It's been a while.
I wanted to catch that this week. I didn't have time.
I'll breeze through this. John Gooden was the first guest. The interesting take I liked about this is he talked about how he kind of feels a little left out by fans as far as recognition compared to other commentators. He gives praise to all the other commentators.
That's fair.
He was basically talking about how his work ethic is, how he does so much tape study.
Dude is very good. Like
he says it's mainly because his accent wouldn't be too acceptable to the majority audience, which is Americans.
I think it's just because he's on 2 shows a year.
But that too, and he's basically saying he's just trying to promote himself more, get out there, and he's
a very good commentator.
Yeah,
he does
fantastic.
Cage Warriors too, right?
I think he does Cage Warriors. He says he's actually been training MMA to better understand the physicality of it, so it helps him further his game with tape study and everything, especially with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
He says his dream would be to get the opportunity to do a big pay-per-view in Vegas. He said he would absolutely love that. I would fucking.
He'd be good.
He'd be great.
He's a good commentator. Like he gets overly excitable and he always apologizes for swearing too much.
Oh, yeah.
But he does, dude. It's on Fight Pass cards. He's like, sorry for the adult language and all that stuff. You're like, dude, it's Fight Pass. Nobody gives a shit.
When he swear though, remember.
No, he didn't swear. For fighters swearing.
Yeah. I was like, wait, when the fuck did he go?
Like,
that was a fucking good right hook.
No,
I was like, what? What's going on?
He's very proper. Like, he would never do it. And he's with Dan Hardy, who you know is like constantly trying not to say fuck. So
yeah. He says he's always prepared to be a last-minute fill-in no matter what. He actually studies all fights with tape study for any fight card. He said he even studied tape for Utica card, just in case they want him.
It's gonna make tape study easier down the line.
He says sometimes he gets feedback from producers after they critique his commentary from a card, which he enjoys because he knows what to improve on.
Yeah.
Says he talks about the first time meeting Stephen Thompson at UFC 170 and how gracious and humble Wonderboy is. Because he's probably pound for pound the nicest fighter on the roster. Says he remembers seeing in the hallway.
He's definitely up
Wonderboy
there.
was literally shaking hands with all the UFC executives and the Fertitta brothers and everyone, taking his time to introduce himself to everyone in the organization and all the commentators.
Yeah, Wonderboy's always been known as that kind of dude. Like, there's a couple people in the org that are like that. I forget God, there was somebody else who's like known as the nicest fucking dude of all. I mean,
no, because I remember when Woodley Thompson 1 was happening, Woodley's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass, and he was talking shit. And I remember even Woodley's like, bro, like when we were on the bus together, he's like, I love this dude. This dude's fucking cool shit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like
I can't hate on this guy.
It's probably him and Sage for like the nicest people.
Yeah.
But I think Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's probably the nicer of the two.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to get Sage in a bad mood and he didn't know who you were, he'd be like, whatever, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to drive my truck right now through snow.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck Sage does.
He talks about he sees why some were disappointed with the Till Wonderboy matchup. Gooden loved the chess match. That's how he called it. He thought Darren won. I don't know if there's any bias because he's English as well.
There's bias.
But yeah, probably. He thought it was a razor close fight and could justify the score for Wonderboy. You could justify either one.
Yeah, it's 3-2 either way. I think if you're gonna go 4-1, you have to go Wonderboy.
Wonderboy, yes.
But I on a rewatch. We'll watch it again on the break. I don't know, man. I know Wonderboy won I think Wonderboy won the first round. I think Darren Till won the last round. The rest of it is a fucking giant bush of feints. So I don't know.
Megan Anderson for the first time was on Submission Radio.
She's probably great on there.
Oh, it was fantastic.
She seems like she would be perfect for that show.
She discussed the importance of Aussie presence on the 225 card.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, with other fighters such as Robert Whitaker or Tai Tuivasa on that card. She discusses the women's featherweight division finally moving forward and what her UFC debut means to her. She discusses doing a shoey and says Tai Tuivasa needs to help her with that.
Yeah, because she puts the glass. We've watched this. She put the beer in the shoe and then drank the beer, which is not how a shoey works.
Yeah.
Whereas Laura Senko was just a beast about it and poured it in her shoe, drank it, was like, oh, that's not that bad, and drank another one, and then was like, oh, that was pretty bad. So, shouts out to Aussie and Fancy Breakdown.
She talked about the show as well. Michael Chiesa was on there, and I gotta say, Michael Chiesa is a fantastic person to be interviewed. That guy is very charismatic, very cordial.
He was also on the desk for the fights last weekend.
Yeah, he talked about that, and he says it's something he's been working up to for a couple of years now.
Well, yeah, because he's commentated, I want to say Valor fights or Titan FC, one of those. Well, it might have been Titan with the square cage with Sean Wheelock. He's a very good commentator, and he's very quick. He's a sharp dude. Like, he was able to hang with Tyron and then busting balls.
Yeah.
So, or not Tyron, was it Bisbing?
I think it was Bisbing.
Yeah.
Broseph Benavides, and because Joseph Benavides had a cameo in the background, he was in the spa with him with his Slim Shady haircut.
With who?
Joseph Benavides.
He was in the sauna with who?
With Michael and they were in a spa.
Kiesa?
Yeah, they're at the Performance
Really?
Institute. Yeah.
Oh, that's
they're
hilarious.
like, we're on the Pettis Brothers Smash Tour, you know. Yeah. And he's like, it's me, Broseph Benavides, and Casper and Dennis are like, I like your haircut, because he looks like the real Slim Shady.
That's hilarious.
Basically, if you haven't seen him lately, guys, he's looking real Eminem lately.
He bleached his hair?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Dude, look on Reddit right now.
Oh,
Dude, it's pretty. It's not good.
No,
but, it's actually really
not.
Bad.
We're not in 20 anything.
It's not 2002.
Yeah.
Michael.
That wasn't even acceptable in 2002.
It's not 1999.
Yeah. NSYNC is dead, bro.
Yeah. You can't have Justin Timberlake ramen noodle hair anymore.
No.
It was. Michael breaks down the Wonderboy fight. He scored initially for Wonderboy. He talks about Darren Till's weight cut and how family comes first. He doesn't fault him for that. He says the fact that Till had to cut on the day of the fight and still made 188 is remarkable.
Fucked up. Also,
it's fucked up and remarkable.
Fuck the UFC.
He says it's fucked up that this dude cuts 40 pounds. He cuts from about 215 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
Which, he's a light heavyweight fighting welterweight. And it's illegal.
Fucking illegal.
Fucking illegal.
Or sorry. Fucking illegal.
Yeah, fucking illegal. He talked about his experience at UFC 223, and it was a hard pill to swallow not being able to fight on that card, mainly because his dad was born in Brooklyn, and the family ties there meant a lot to him as far as lead up to the fight.
That's a bummer.
However, and why I'm stoked, his fight, originally he was supposed to fight on Chicago, actually got moved to 226. So now I get to see the pleasure of him fighting Anthony Pettis in Vegas.
That is a fun... I think that's a fun fight, man.
Yeah.
Because, especially since I didn't realize up until the day that Conor ruined everything, that they're switch stance. So, because, is it Pettis is Pettis southpaw? Or is, one of them is southpaw. Chiesa might be southpaw.
No, I think it's Pettis. Pettis is southpaw.
I think it's Pettis.
Yeah.
One of them is southpaw, so it opens up that body kick, which I think is going to play a huge factor into that fight for both dudes. So it should be interesting.
Then Casper. Oh, by the way, Casper and Nez were on video.
Yeah, they've been doing video,
which tripped me out.
But they look.
And I wanted to comment because, dude, Casper the whole time had like really chapped lips, and it was kind of shot like, dude, I want to come. Please drink some fucking water. You know what I mean, though? Like, it was just like, it looked like this dude was literally in the Australian desert for like 3 hours and they decided to do a podcast.
I forget what fighter said they realized recently that they always have wet lips and it freaks them out. Maybe it was a comedian.
That sounds like a comedian.
Somebody had that mentioned to him.
But, like, you know what I mean, though? But it was like kind of just trying to, like...
Chris D'Elia. It was Chris D'Elia on the...
But, dude, it was kind of... Like, I was like, Casper, drink some fucking water. That's I just wanted to, like, I want to tweet him.
Also, Casper looks a lot like Jason Tebow. If you've ever seen Jason Tebow, the comedian. He looks like the Australian version of him. He's very hipster.
They asked Michael Chiesa, who's the real lightweight champ in your eyes? Because there's a whole triumvirate kind of, not really controversy, but argument. He thinks it's Tony Ferguson based on the 10-fight win streak and the amount of people he's beaten in the weight class.
Hard not to argue Tony is up there.
But he says he's not taking anything away from Khabib because Khabib made championship weight and he showed up to the fight when Tony couldn't.
So what are you going to do?
He says the winner of Poirier and Alvarez 2 absolutely deserves the next title shot. He says he hopes the winner sits and waits because he knows Khabib's in Ramadan right now.
Well, like by the time Ramadan's over,
But
it'll line up about right.
Yeah, it'll be September, October-ish.
Right, which is like they fight in a month or two, so that makes sense.
He's solely focused on fighting Anthony Pettis, and knows a win gets him closer to that title shot eventually. And then Sean Sheehan was briefly on there. That dude just turned.
Love Sean Sheehan.
He just turned 22. I was like, holy shit!
What?
I know. Yeah, that's how I said. Wow.
Sean Sheehan was 21 that whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that dude is.
Yeah, he's a youngster. He was talking
That
about people
dude
in
is
Ireland
so
were
good
yeah. He was
for a
talking. I know.
21-year-old.
He's mature. He said
Holy
people in
shit.
Ireland were watching the Liverpool match during the Octagon interviews, and they were tense as fuck. Apparently, Irish just support most of the English teams because I guess the Celtic team isn't that good. Or the Celtic club.
Shh, don't tell them that.
Yeah, right?
They'll fucking stab you, son.
I know, they probably want to stab him now. He loves the idea of Roy MacDonald versus Gegard Mousasi, and he wasn't surprised Mousasi beat Rafael Carvalho, but how easily he beat him.
Yeah, we were also, everybody was surprised by that. It was fucking dominant in a way I
So
did
that's
not
all
expect.
I got. That's it for me, so...
Perfect. I think the only ones I wanted to shout out is Jordan Breen show this week was weird as fuck. God, where do I even start with this? So Jordan, some shit happened on Jordan Breen's show this week. It opens talking about Roseanne getting drunk and racist while watching the UFC. Roseanne does also follow Jordan Breen on Twitter.
That's amazing.
Which is crazy. They talk about the Utica card in 226 that are coming up. There's a long discussion about why TJ needs to watch The Wire, which if you guys have not seen The Wire, it's the greatest TV show of all time. Followed.
Shouts out to McNulty and Bunt.
Yeah, followed only by Treme, which is the same director, and I fucking love New Orleans because of that show, and because I went to New Orleans, and it's fucking incredible. But The Wire's incredible, and David Simon's the man. They talk about Josh Gross's weird taste in music, the Nick Diaz darkness, and while they're talking about Nick Diaz and all the allegations and everything, someone calls in with a 559 area code, which is like right near NorCal. It's like Lemoore, where Tachi Palace and stuff like that is. So it's not that far from Stockton. So they get weirded out, and they Google the number, and it's a smoke shop in Northern California.
That sounds hilarious.
So they call them back, and Breen at one point talks about his burn from a dab rig, which I thought was hilarious. If y'all know what dabs are, you should get out to Colorado or San Diego or Vegas for that matter at this point, because wax is legit. God, when was the last time you had a dab?
Me? Fuck. Like once, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago.
Really?
Because
I used to buy wax all the time.
I passed out though.
Oh Jesus!
Well, I'm a lightweight, dude.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You probably had like 30 minutes of activity before you had to lie down.
Yeah, and I get anxiety too. Thank God it was. I knew it was like an indica.
It had to be.
Oh, of course. I can't.
If you passed out, it had to be an indica.
No. If it was, I'd fucking have a panic attack and freak the fuck out.
Shouts out to dabs. They're delicious. But so the smoke shop, so they talked to the smoke shop owner for a little bit. He's like, I don't know, it must have been one of my employees. I don't know. And then he puts him on hold forever trying to figure it out. So they hang up. The smoke shop guy calls back. The owner calls back. He's like, oh yeah, it was one of my employees. He said you guys are an MMA show or something. He's like, eventually they start talking about Nick Diaz's arrest with him because he also watches MMA. And they talk about his fucked up elbow and all that. And then Luis, the owner of the smoke shop, is like, oh, yeah, do you guys know I've smoked with Sean O'Malley before?
Of course he has.
It's fucking great. So they talk about that, and it's hilarious. It's a fun segment. TJ also talks about calling Island Fights this weekend, which is that promotion that Roy Jones Jr. was on previously.
Oh, yeah.
It's like half boxing, half MMA hybrid card. That'll be on Fight Pass again on Saturday, so that'll be pretty tight. Speaking of which, TJ actually did a beatdown episode on Sherdog about Island Fights with the CEO who talks about him and how he got into it. And then he also has a dude on who is a former Island Fights fighter who's now on the Contender Series. So that shit was dope. Dean Thomas's show we talked about. UFC Unfiltered episode 201 was pretty good. Jimmie Rivera calls in. Also, what's his face? Dean Thomas calls in on that one. Pretty good. MMA Road Show episode 165 and a half. Episode was in Liverpool with Simon and Chamatkar Sandhu. I always butcher that poor dude's name. They play some press conference audio and they talk about the main event. And John tells a story about being in a Liverpool pub during the Real Madrid game.
That sounds
and like
either really cool or really not.
Well, one dude was throwing a glass against a wall and crazy shit like that.
Considering they were losing and they hate Gareth Bale.
Yep, pretty much. Heavy Hands 213 was great, where they said, I believe the title was Till vs. Thompson, not good. Oh man! And If I Did It had a goofy episode about the ESPN deal.
How many times did they mention fascism or Nazis?
Well, a lot, because they talked about Tyron giving Colby a hood pass. They're like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Wait, what?
So Colby's been saying, or not Colby.
You mean Mike Perry? See, you confuse me there.
Same thing.
I don't imagine Colby saying the N-word or some sort of...
It depends on how much heat he thinks he can get off of it. Let's see.
He goes full Michael Richards.
Yeah, it'd be bad. The only news I had this week was, of course, Bisping retired. Bobby Green is out of the Chucky Olives fight.
Oh, yeah.
There's the bare knuckle card on Saturday.
June something, right?
It's Saturday.
Oh, wow.
That's the one with Beck Rawlings and Bobby Gunn. I believe Melvin Gillard is on that card.
And it's not true bare knuckle, right? Don't they wrap hands?
They wrap hands, but the knuckles are exposed. It's just wrists.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like wraps up to basically the thumb.
I mean, it's cool, but it's not cool.
No, I would prefer bare knuckle, but
well, yeah.
But like,
because if you have wraps, it's just basically like a lighter
but
glove.
Like also,
it's like a lighter glove and it's fucked up.
True, but also I know their insurance is probably garbage if they have insurance, so I'm okay with fighters having wrist wraps. I'm not mad at that. But that's all I had for podcasts this week. It was a bit all over the place. I feel like there was definitely less content than most weeks this week because of this card. But I feel like next week with the big pay-per-view, there's going to be a fuckload. So, cool, man. Anything else you wanted to mention?
That's it for me.
All right, well, we will be right back. We will briefly watch the UFC main event with Till versus Thompson. We'll get Chris's thoughts on that, and then we will... be right back to talk about the Utica card this weekend, which should be interesting.
Who does the gorilla want next? Fucking everyone and anyone, I don't care. I'm not scared of anyone. No one. Yeah, people asking me, you might deserve a title shot after this fight. No, I fucking won't. I haven't beat anyone. I need to beat all these cunts. They're all getting it! Ladies and gentlemen, the gorilla, Darren Till!
All right. We are back, everyone.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to briefly discuss real quick our thoughts on, or my thoughts too. Well, your thoughts as well on Till versus Thompson.
All the thoughts. I rewatched it for the third time. Chris, this is your first time watching it.
Yeah, and it's important to get this out of the way first, based on how a lot of media reacted to this fight, and a lot to how podcasts reacted and pros. Wouldn't you say it was the majority of the people thought Stephen Thompson won this fight?
Pretty much everybody.
Is that fair to say?
That is not located in England thought that Stephen Thompson won. I would say the majority. The only people who don't, I'm going to throw a hella shade right now. A lot of casuals didn't because they saw aggression and as in they saw someone walking forward, so that's all they cared about. But under the unified rules, as we explained them earlier, most people thought that Thompson won it in a very lackluster decision. Either 4-1 or 3-2.
Yeah. When I saw the Big John tweet initially, It
makes sense when you hear the definition of, the rule explained, right?
And I agree when you explain the rule, because to me, before that, I knew about the rule, and I was like, oh yeah, someone who has more aggression usually means they're kind of willing to more strike, but then again, they don't have to strike, like we saw in this fight.
Well, and
you kind of have to count who has cleaner strikes. Aggression's out the window. Not out the window, but it's reserved in the back.
Yeah, aggression doesn't matter at all unless everything is exactly equal, which it almost never will be. So in that fight, on rewatch, I think we both had it 1-2-4.
I had it 1-3-4
or 1-3-4. You're right.
1-3-4 for Wonderboy.
Wonderboy. Sorry, I said Till.
With 4 being the closest round in favor of Wonderboy.
Yeah.
For me, 1 being clear for Wonderboy.
1 and 5 were the only clear
being
ones.
Clear for Till. 3 being clear for Wonderboy, and 4 being barely clear for. It was a toss-up.
Yeah.
2
we had
was
Till
close
for the leg
to,
kicks, right?
but Till for the leg kicks.
The one clipping hand he had.
I absolutely cannot see. I really can't see how you give that 4 rounds to 1.
I don't see how you don't give Wonderboy 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to give him 1 and 3.
Maybe call round, or was it 3 or 4? Because I scored it. No, 4 was the.
4 is the closest.
You almost
one.
give that a fucking draw, man. But people are too afraid to call it a draw.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Should this fight have been a draw?
I wouldn't be mad at that, especially considering how.
Because it still helps Till. In the rankings.
Yeah. The problem is it's hard to... The only way it could be a draw is if you give a 10-10 round, which generally people hate, or if you give Thompson... if you give Till a 10-8 round in the 5th.
And there's
which is
no
bullshit.
way that's happening.
Because Wonderboy still landed some decent strikes in the 5th.
Volume.
And he didn't really get that rocked. He got dropped by like a clubbing left hand that hit him behind the ear.
And he got up like fucking
he
10
popped
seconds
right
later.
up and slipped out of the guillotine and immediately after the separation charged forward with a blitz of straight shots. So I don't know.
What's next for Wonderboy? I think he just kind of waits and just fights whoever they want to give him. At this point, he kind of knows. Well, realistically, he's the number 3 guy.
I'd love to see.
He's the number 3 guy, so technically you can get a title shot being number 3. So
that, or you.
I think he's gonna wait.
That, or you wait until Colby loses the fight against RDA and you do that fight. So I think that'd be a fun fight. I think Wonderboy fucks Colby up.
Yeah.
But I think Wonderboy RDA would suck for Wonderboy. I don't like that matchup for him.
Yeah.
Just because RDA is too good a wrestler and grappler and like 2 pressures forward and has shown a great gas tank at 170. I think I think the match to make is if Colby blows this whatever. Is that an interim title? That is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Can you imagine if he fucking wins
It's a title shot opportunity is what it is.
170 division's so fucked, man.
It's good, but it's fucked.
It's like 185. It's like, it's good, but it's fucked. Actually, 185 is one.
No, 185 is pretty clear cut, actually.
Now.
Now it is.
Like 3 months ago when George was champ, it wasn't.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm done with all that shit. That fight, nobody won that fight, in my opinion. The audience lost. Both fighters lost. Everyone lost.
Dana's happy.
Only because fucking Darren Till won.
That's why.
So he can pretend like...
He needed Darren Till to win that.
Oh, for sure. Anyway, I'm about done with that card.
So...
I should note, I did terrible on those picks. Like fucking legit
Which
terrible.
is why we're not going to really go over it.
That's not why. It's because a lot of those fights I don't really have much to say about. Like, Molly McCann got demolished by Gina Mazzani was about the only one I really was invested in emotionally. Arnold Allen got a weird late sub. I don't know. There were some okay fights. I just, like... I don't know. I didn't have a lot of investment in that card going into it, and even less after getting through the prelims by 8 o'clock West Coast time. So, what are you going to do? Although, I am very excited about this card. The very first fight on this fucking card is awesome.
And my question is, why is it tomorrow being Friday again?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it because of the holiday?
You would probably know this better than me. Fox probably has a big sporting event on Saturday.
Dude, I legit can't. What the fuck is...
I don't know.
I think it's a NASCAR event.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Indy, because Indy was last weekend.
I think it's 500, Daytona, Indy 500.
Yeah.
I think it's a big fucking NASCAR.
I know Indy was last.
Or it's the Indy 500.
No, Indy was last weekend because I know my girlfriend.
Either way, that's the only thing on Fox.
Grandpa went to that.
That I can think of. Yeah, it's got to be racing.
I would think it's either racing or they couldn't secure the venue for Saturday because it was too expensive, and it's in Utica.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Maybe it must be a weird Fox thing. Is the only thing I can figure. But this card is fucking awesome. This first fight of the night is better than most of the fights on last weekend's card and most of the fights on 2 weekends from now.
The first fight of the night is a flyweight bout between Jared the Monkey God Brooks going up against Jose Shorty Torres.
Shouts out to Jared the Monkey God with bars Brooks. Remember we played his rap song recently?
Not as bad as I would thought.
Dude, for a fighter, like, I maybe it's because of the IFL rap that I have no respect for fighters who rap generally, aside from Eve Edwards and, like, one or two others. Tyron Woodley has some bars here and there, but, yeah, this should be a fun fight, man. I'm excited for this.
So, Jared Brooks has a pro record of 13-1. He's a flyweight. I know we usually don't list the affiliation or the gym because it's kind of odd on Tapology.
No, I've noticed that actually they're normally
he's fighting out of
updated.
Detroit, Michigan. Last time we saw him, he lost a split decision to Brazilian fighter Davison Figueiredo.
Yeah, and this was supposed to be a fight against Hector Sandoval, who had to drop out within the last little bit.
Other than that, he's going against fellow American fighter Jose Torres.
Yeah, Jose Shorty Torres.
Who's fighting out of Chicago. He's a karate fighter.
Well known in the amateur MMA scene.
This is his UFC...
Or not amateur, but regional.
Yeah, this is his UFC debut. He is a veteran of Titan FC.
He's been fucking up dudes in Titan for a very... also, keep scrolling down, because he's been in a lot of... He's fought
He's also been in IMMAF...
Midwest Fight League, but if you scroll down, this dude's had a lot of fights and a lot of wins. He is super impressive.
Yeah, his record is 7-0 professionally. His last fight was against Colombian Alberto Orellano via KO TKO punch at Titan FC 48.
Yep. And then
earlier this year.
He fucking killed that dude with that hook. Basically, there was an exchange. The dude separates off the exchange, and he clips him with a I believe a lead hook that dude didn't see coming, and he puts him out cold with it at 125.
So, Jared Brooks is currently undefeated before he lost to Davison Figueiredo,
which was a close split decision.
Yeah. I know Jose Torres. You could vouch for him as far as his success in Titan. Should be a close fight.
He's very good.
I think I'm going to just stick with Jared Brooks based on that I haven't had any tape study this week.
Yeah, the thing is like Jared Brooks, I think a lot
of this... I'm going to go via decision.
Yeah, I think...
like that's how a lot of these flyweight fights go. There's never really that many finishes in flyweight.
I think this fight...
Unless it's a sub.
Yeah, I think this... I'm also going to go Brooks by decision. The thing is I think a lot of this fight comes down to can Shorty Torres stop the takedown and... or deal with the top control of Jared Brooks. If he can, I think he can maybe get the knockout, honestly. Dude hits very fucking hard for that weight class, and he's pretty fucking sharp, but it's a big ask, and Jared Brooks is a good wrestler, so I'm going to go Brooks by decision off of getting the takedown and probably winning 2 out of 3 rounds at least.
So next up in this card in Utica, New York, we have a bantamweight bout between Brazilian Johnny Eduardo, veteran Johnny Eduardo, versus Englishman Nathaniel Wood. Johnny Eduardo has a record of 28-11. He's fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, affiliated with Nova Inhao gym, same gym as Jose Aldo.
Yeah, I believe he was either either one of the Muay Thai coaches or one of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coaches for Aldo back in the day.
Yeah. He hasn't fought in basically almost over a
Almost
year.
a year, yeah.
Last time we saw him was in Brazil at UFC
Or essentially,
12.
yeah, 2
Aldo
days short of a
versus
year.
Holloway 2, right? No, that was 1.
That was
That's
1.
right, wow.
And that's when Matthew Lopez stopped him via ground and pound off of when he went for he rolled for a knee bar.
That's right.
Or I should say he rolled for a series of leg locks, and he just kept getting beat up.
Yeah, before that, Eduardo had a finished TKO victory over Manny Gamburan.
In 2016.
2016. So he fights once a year. He fought in 2014 against Eddie Wineland. He fought Aljamain Sterling in 2015. He fought me. You get the idea. He fights once a year. Here's his annual fight. Debuting against Nathaniel Wood, who's fighting out of London, England.
Yeah, out of Cage Warriors. This dude has been blowing up.
He's
on
young
that.
guy, only
He's
24.
also, if you guys have not heard Brad Pickett's One Punch Pod that they did at Black's Burgers in somewhere in England, it's fucking awesome. So I highly recommend that. They
So
eat
this
a
guy pretty
giant.
hyped up for of course, appropriately, his nickname is The Prospect.
Yeah, they do a giant food eating challenge in that show. That's very good. You can see it on YouTube.
So this is
funny.
Wood's UFC debut.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on him? I've never seen him fight in Cage Warriors, which is a British promotion.
So he is a heavy hitter. He can get rushed early in his fight against Josh Reed. Josh Reed basically just walked forward and threw bombs the entire fucking time. And Nathaniel Wood was wobbly for like 2.5 minutes of that fight until he clipped Reed and made Reed wobbly and finished him. He does have a good amount of power in his hands. He's got some solid boxing. He's got very good dirty boxing. And his calf kick stood out a lot, especially in his fight against Matthew Lopez, where he's very good at hitting. No, sorry, not Matthew Lopez. You switched on me. Go back.
Oh, excuse me.
His last fight against, who was it?
Luca,
that's right.
Yeah.
So his fight against Luca, he was banging him hard with low calf kicks and really set up a lot of the hands with that. So I'm pretty high on Nathaniel Wood. The only thing that I question is what this fight looks like if Gianni Eduardo can get a takedown in a scramble, because that is, we haven't really seen, aside from Vaughn Lee, I guess, has like probably the highest level jiu-jitsu we've seen Nathaniel Wood against, and even then it's not Johnny Eduardo level jiu-jitsu, so I think that'll be interesting. I'm probably leaning Nathaniel Wood. Probably TKO or KO early. The thing is, I think Johnny Eduardo really got lit up in that last fight, and Nathaniel Wood is really good at taking damage and coming back with heat.
And
so.
I was going to say, too, I'm leaning Wood as well, based on how I've seen Eduardo's last losses, but he's been finished via strikes. And
I don't think that's true.
Was it?
Was he? I thought his last couple were decisions before that.
Or am I tripping out? I'm probably tripping
You
out.
might be mixing him up with somebody.
Okay, he lost to Lopez.
Oh, it was a choke. It was a lot of chokes, if I remember right. If you scroll down.
Oh.
It's either decisions or chokes.
Oh,
yeah.
it's chokes. Okay, well, I'm going Wood. I'm going with the young up-and-comer against the vet.
I think that's where the smart money's at. Just based off of.
And I'm sorry I interrupted you.
around Wood.
Did you say who you were leaning? I can't remember.
Yeah, I got Wood. I've got Wood via.
I got him by TKO.
Yeah, TKO KO probably early, probably late first, early second, something like that. Here, you know what? Let me, while you're doing that, pull up the odds for this card.
Oh, yeah, we should mention to everyone the odds for the fights.
Since I have been doing terrible at betting lately, why not increase my knowledge of betting? Or I should say my lack of knowledge of betting. Let's see. Jared Brooks versus Jose Shorty Torres, according to 5 Dimes. Jared Brooks is a plus 145er to a minus 155 Shorty Torres. I am surprised at that line. Nathaniel Wood is a minus 255 favorite to Johnny Eduardo's plus 235. Checks it out. Like I feel like that line is maybe a little wide, but Nathaniel Wood has looked good and has been able to recover and Johnny Eduardo normally won't throw a lot of big volume. He'll come back with big hooks, and he has a good like Brazilian Muay Thai kind of game, but he's not going to throw constant volume for 2 minutes and try and put you out. So, up next though, this one, oh boy, this fight.
Yeah, we have I know World Series of Fighting veteran, recent UFC fighter, Jessica Aguilar is going up against American Jody Escobar. Isn't that Keith Jardine's wife or girlfriend?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. Jessica Aguilar, last time we saw her, she's had one, Jesus Christ, her UFC debut was against Claudia Gadelha. That's not fun.
Yeah, they didn't do her any favors.
I think, to be fair, that's because Aguilar was the World Series of Fighting champ, right? So then they kind of said, fuck it, right?
Also, to be fair, she has a win over Kalindra Faria right before that, which is like...
Who's the current Invicta champion, right? Or am I confusing her with someone? No, excuse me.
She fought in the UFC, I think.
Okay, I'm actually way wrong. Don't listen to me.
I believe she might have fought in Invicta at some point. But
yeah, I'm confusing her with someone else.
I mix everyone up with everyone at a certain point.
It's not her.
2 wins over Megumi Fuji, even though Megumi Fuji was 30 at the time.
Okay.
Went over, the loss to Courtney Casey as well. Courtney Casey boxed her up.
Jody Escobar, last time we saw her, she has a loss unanimously to Karolina Kowalkiewicz. No shame in that. Before that, she had well, it depends which Karolina shows up and what kind of style.
Yeah. She didn't look great in that fight either.
She was just outsized in that. Before that, she had a split decision win over Deanna Bennett in Invicta. Yeah, before that, she lost to Alexa Grasso in Invicta.
Yeah.
And she lost on the Ultimate Fighter to Ashley Yoder. I remember watching that, actually, because Keith Jardine was yelling in the crowd.
Yeah. Decision to Grasso is always like...
Yeah, I don't know how to call this one. I'm kind of leaning towards Aguilar, based on the 2 opponents she's fought in the UFC.
And she's from ATT.
Yeah,
she's been there for a while too. Yeah, you on decision then?
Yeah, that's like the safe call for me. I'm going to Aguilar.
Yeah, so this fight's weird. Both these women are pretty hittable in their fights, from what I've seen. Jag has some decent wrestling and pretty low volume. Jody throws a lot of lunging hooks and combos, but all of her kicks are naked. She doesn't set them up at all, mostly. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I'm going with Jody because I don't have any faith in Jessica right now after these last 2 fights.
Jody by decision?
They're both very hittable. I think Jody barely has better... Yeah, decision for sure. I think Jody barely has better... I guess she has better striking defense, maybe. I don't know, man. I think that fight is going to be very rough. And I'm a big fan of women's MMA. I follow a lot of it. I think that you're missing one.
I think this fight got called off, if I recall correctly.
When?
Today? Am I wrong? Fuck, I thought
no one missed weight.
Holy fuck, didn't I just see this today?
Check Reddit right now.
I'm probably
Chris
on
is
drugs.
saying he thinks Des Green, Gleason Tebow got called off.
Am I on drugs? I'm probably on drugs. Let me find out.
It's still on Wikipedia and Topology from what we're seeing now. So, yeah, Google that. If you just Google Des Green or Gleason Tebow.
I am probably tripping out. Wow. Maybe this is some weird dream I had. Desmond
Green.
I can spell.
Yep, go to Google News, and it'll tell you real quick. Go to News tab. And go to Tools, and then go by sort by relevance. Oh, there you go. That'll work too. Yeah, it looks like he's still on. This fight's still happening.
I'm tripping balls, dude. My bad.
That's alright.
Oh, that was weird.
I ain't mad.
Huh.
I got real concerned.
Yeah.
Because, well, actually, I shouldn't say concerned because this is not my favorite fight on the card. It's not my least favorite fight on the card, which we may have talked about already.
Well, excuse me for that fuck up. Anyways, next fight, we have a lightweight bout between Desmond the Predator Green versus Brazil's Gleason Tebow.
Yeah, Gleason Tebow, who got fucking iced by Islam Makhachev in the last fight.
That's right. He doesn't fare well against Dagestani
Good God,
fighters.
man. He got iced. And that was after a long layoff, after a USADA suspension, if I remember right.
That's right. USADA suspension. Desmond Green, last time we saw him, had a unanimous decision loss to Michel Praceres, which they made Michel Praceres move up in weight. Before that, he lost to Dagestan's Rustam Khabilov. Before
Two
that,
tough dudes.
Yeah,
Win
they
over
split the
Josh
decision, win
Emmett.
over Josh. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Desmond Green's a boxer.
Yeah,
first.
like outside kickboxer mostly.
And Gleason Tebow is a grappler for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like a low volume outside kickboxer with okay grappling versus a good grappler with okay boxing, but who's been like who got popped and got deaded in his last fight. Islam Makhachev fucking crumpled him with the right hand in the last one.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go Desmond Green. I know this is quick. Based on after you saw the suspension,
I have trouble
Desmond
having faith
has a
in
pretty
Tebow.
good chin. Based
Yeah.
on, I remember his fight from Josh Emmett, who fucking throws hand
And
grenades.
who just walked forward the entire time.
Yeah, and was bombing on Green, and Green's eating that shit. Yeah, I'm going Green.
I am too.
I'm going to go, actually, by decision, I feel like. I'm gonna fuck it, TKO. You're gonna knock him the fuck out.
Yeah,
Let's see it.
I'm going KO TKO for sure. Green, just because I don't trust Tebow's chin after coming back and after the suspension.
Not if you get knocked out like the first minute.
I don't think it'll be that bad,
Yeah.
but I think Green will catch him maybe like first 2 rounds, and I could easily see this going to a very, very boring decision where no one does anything. Just a lot of throwing and missing. But
So next up we have
easiest fight to pick on the card.
Unfortunately for
Oh wait, I should give the odds for that, right?
Native American fighter and a fighter here in San Diego. Oh yeah, what are the odds real quick? By the way?
So
Excuse me.
I forgot to mention Jag versus Jody Escobar. Jag is a minus 110 to a plus 100 Jody Escobar, so that's pretty much a dead even line. Desmond Green is a minus 299 to a plus 265 Gleason Tebow, which is surprising. I wouldn't expect that big a gap.
Yeah.
But after his last fight, could be tough for sure. Yeah, Chance for counter.
Yeah, Chance, he's a Native American fighter who trains here at Alliance MMA in San Diego.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, I remember when I was there, he's kind of still a prospect in a way.
He's young.
I don't know why they're giving him a fight against Bilal Muhammad. That's kind of insane to me.
It's a last minute replacement.
Okay.
Because Bilal was supposed to fight.
So yeah, this is Chance's UFC debut. So either he shows us what he's all about, and he this is the thing. I'm gonna say right now, I'm picking Bilal in this fight, based on just.
You have him in fantasy. Let's be real.
Well, besides that,
Yeah.
it's mainly because this is Chance's UFC debut.
It's a
Bilal
big
has stood
step
and
up.
bang with a lot of veterans.
Dude.
I got to go the veteran versus the rookie. However, if Chance survives this fight and doesn't get finished, then good props to him.
Yeah.
He can hang with the big guys.
Yeah, if he goes to decision with Bilal, I think this is a big statement for
I've
him.
seen this guy train too. If I remember correctly, he's pretty savvy with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too.
Yeah, he's got good subs. If you look at his record, he's got a couple wins in Bellator via sub.
He's got a lot of subs.
So, and he doesn't have terrible hands either. The problem is he wings them and he keeps his chin up a little bit.
31 years old. Bilal Muhammad, by the way, is a Muslim fighter, and the reason why I say that...
Mid-Ramadan.
Yes, because mid-Ramadan, he actually went out, an interview this week, talked about he wants to be one of the fighters who... He likes to fight during Ramadan. He thinks it's important for Muslims. He wants to break the stereotype. He was talking about, as far as he's an American Muslim... So he says he just wants to break the stereotype for other American Muslims and just Muslim fighters around. I remember he was talking about the importance of Khabib winning the belt, just for other Muslim fighters.
Yeah, and you only have to fast during the day for Ramadan. So he does all this training at night and sleeps during the day during camp.
Yeah. So
which is how he's able to do it. Because
good
then
on
he can
him,
wake
man.
up and eat and then go train and then come back. And shouts out to Duke Rufus and all those dudes for accommodating that.
That's right.
Because he is out of Rufus Sport and has been looking sharp as fuck in his last couple fights. He's coming off the win to Tim Means, which was fantastic. Split
He's on
decision,
a 3-fight win streak.
but
Yeah, he beat
really
Randy
impressive.
Brown.
Beat Jordan
Right.
Mean, beat Randy Brown. Had the loss to Vicente Luque, where Vicente we found out later. Vicente Luque hits like a motherfucker, and then his only other loss, I believe, is to Alan Jouban, right?
Yep. Which was one of the best fights I've seen.
And also, that's a huge. You can't give someone Alan Jouban for their debut.
Alan Jouban's a big boy too.
That was his
170.
debut.
He's like a middleweight.
That was his debut in the org. Like that's crazy.
Because he was undefeated at Titan. That's
Yeah.
why. He was a Titan champion.
Yeah, I remember watching him box the fuck out of dudes in Titan. Very good jab, very good boxing defense.
And he's
sharp.
He's an
kicks.
American fighter, but he represents his roots of Palestine, which is cool too, if I remember correctly. So that's neat.
He's a very cool dude. Very funny on Twitter, also.
Yeah, he's always featured on Pros Pick too.
Yeah, I've been a big Bilal Muhammad fan for since one of his Titan fights where he boxed the fuck out of dude.
So yeah, I'm gonna pick him. I don't know. I kind of want to say decision. I know Chance is a tough guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go decision just because I don't know what he expects from Chance. When you see new blood, you're not necessarily gonna try to knock a new guy out.
Well, and Chance is going to come wild as fuck. That's what Chance does. Is he puts his chin up and wings bombs. And then dives on submission.
So do you have him by? What's your method?
I got him by knockout
By
TKO.
knockout.
Probably second or third. I just think Bilal's gonna be able to stick him with the jab enough, and then hide.
His jab is impressive.
And then, it's real fucking underrated. And then I think behind that, he's gonna be able to work enough leg kicks and sneaky counters and stuff to really give Chance some trouble. And the way Chance leaves his chin up in the air, and Bilal is not a one punch power knockout dude, but he will put volume on motherfuckers, and I have a feeling that he may very well take that off volume TKO.
So, in what is probably the most appropriate photo profile for David Tamer, to take care of your underwear, should you put it slightly, for his photo here.
That's right. Also, is that his brother in the background, who also fights on this card?
Yep, that's his brother Daniel. But yeah, for those who don't know, David Tamer was a fighter on season 22 of The Ultimate Fighter. His coach was Conor McGregor because it was Team Europe. David Tamer fights out of Sweden.
I forgot about that.
This was the whole thing when Conor called out TJ Dillashaw, calling him a snake in the grass, and then basically, who was it? Andre Feely. Was chirping at McGregor. He's like, "What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do something about it?" And he did anything. And then Cody Garbrandt's like, "I'll do something about it. What are you gonna do?" And then he shoves McGregor. And then David Tamer comes to the rescue, jumps in front of McGregor, and swings at Cody. And then Cody's all shook, or not really shook, but he's just they're all shook up. And he's like, "Take care of your underwears. I'm gonna fuck you, man."
That's what it was.
It's one of the greatest things I have ever seen on Tough.
Fuck you, man.
And then another guy chirps and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You got a big mouth too. I'm gonna fuck all of you."
And then everyone starts dying laughing, right?
Yeah. And Cody is so confused.
Yeah.
It's still one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest Tough moments ever in Tough history.
It's up there with Let Me Bang Bro. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not quite like I spritzed on him kind of moment or fatherless bastard moment,
Or
but it's
I used
up
to
there.
fuck guys like you in high school.
Who said that?
Joseph Benavidez to Henry Cejudo.
Really?
He said that to him. Yeah, they squared up. And he's like, "I used to
yeah.
fuck guys like you in high school." And Henry is all like, "What?"
Also, I don't know that we have to question that statement.
I think he was quoting Roadhouse, kind of, but you know what I mean.
I don't think that's what he...
Roadhouse, the guy, he goes
Patrick
to Patrick Swayze.
said-
The other guy's, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison." To Patrick
right.
Swayze. Yeah.
But high school makes it way more aggressive because then
I
everyone's
know.
underage.
Yeah, right. Well, go ask that to Brosa Benavides,
God.
who's looking like the real Slim Shady lately, and you need to look at that too. That's a real thing.
I will please stand up and ignore the fucking Slim Shady
anyways,
picture.
underwear, David Tamer is fighting Nick Lentz, the Carney.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Wasn't Nick Lentz supposed to fight BJ Penn a million times?
No. David Crosby wanted Nick Lentz
I was
to
about
fight.
to say David Cross, and that's what really confused my brain.
It's David Crosby, right? The ref. Doug Crosby. Thank you. I know I fucked that up.
I was like, David Cross.
I've been
What?
watching a lot of wrestling lately. No, yes, Doug Crosby.
Damn it, Tobias.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking never dudes got to me. Doug Crosby is the one who wanted him to fight BJ Penn. Hence all the poems. Hence Colby Covington. However, Nick Lentz is actually coming off the win over Will Brooks by sub in the second. Because Nick Lentz is if you give him a guillotine, he will take a guillotine. If you don't give Nick Lentz a guillotine, he probably won't win that fight against a high-level competitor.
Yeah.
At least not at this point in his career, doesn't it? Like, could be wrong. He did go to decision with Islam Makhachev, which is super impressive. He did go to decision with Danny Castillo back in 2015, which was impressive at the time. He did get choked the fuck out by Chucky Olives. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm going David Tamer.
Nick Lentz is weird to watch. Like,
I'm going and the reason why I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I'm going David Tamer is his fight against Lando Venata. That was so fucking impressive. Well, did they call it a win or a draw? Oh, he fucking beat him.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that was a draw, dude.
Yeah, and he beat...
Wow, I was so confused now. I thought that was a draw for the longest time.
And he beat Jakar Close, too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Really good fight.
I'm going, holy fuck. Two mid to top tier guys. I'm not top tier guys, but underneath top tier. You know that mid tier?
That Nick Lentz
prospects.
tier?
They're still prospects in my eyes. Especially Lando. Cause how old is Lando? He's got to be like, what, 25, 26? That guy's not even that old. He's 26. Yeah,
oh,
see
yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and Jakar, he fights out of MMA Lab in Arizona. He's got to be, what, 26, 27? Oh, he's 30. Well, but then again, he beat Mark Diakiese, though.
Yeah, sure. And Nick Lentz is like 90, right?
He's 90. He's 29.
No, that's...
Nope.
David Tamer. Nick Lentz is...
He's 90, yeah, 33. That's 90.
33 is not that bad, but for that division.
I'm going David Tamer 100%. I'm actually going to go via knockout. Actually, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm going decision. He's a volume guy. I don't remember having him knockout power. But yeah, I'm very confident that David Tamer is going to get this decision.
I'm going to go Tamer by decision too. I'm not as confident though. The only reason is because Nick Lentz just wins weird grappling exchanges a lot.
I hear you.
So I'm going Tamer by decision. I would not be surprised by a knockout, honestly, but yeah, I'm going to go decision just because I think Nick Lentz is going to initiate enough grappling exchanges to shut down some of the striking.
So up next we have a...
Barb?
What's up?
We have Barb. Lauren Barb.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, Tough 26 reunion with Barb.
Shouts out to DC and everyone else.
Was it Eddie that kept calling her Barb?
Eddie and DC did it. Eddie did it
during
the show. DC did it.
And she's like, I'm not Barb. Yeah,
my name's Lauren.
That was amazing. And DC was like, oh my fucking God, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right. Do me
a
favor, check, make sure we're recording. I just have
yeah, what if we're not actually recording?
I just had cool, we are. I had a panic attack. Yeah. I was like, I don't remember seeing that go. So why don't we double check that? Yes, versus Jar. So Barb. I literally just did that mistake. Laura Murphy, who is very legit, is fighting Sajara Eubanks, who both were on that.
Weight lately?
Yes, she made weight today.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Everyone made weight for this card, which is a miracle. Thank you, baby Jesus.
Yeah, really. Jesus Christ. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Laura Murphy's been on a weird run.
She beat Barb.
Via split decision. Close one.
The real Barb. Before that, she had a loss to Nico Montano, the current flyweight champion. During Tough, Before that, she lost to Caitlin Chukagian at UFC Fight Night 91.
And had the win over Kelly Fasholz.
So she's been in UFC for a little while.
Yeah, she fought Liz Carmouche. She fought Sarah McMahon way back in the day when she was way too young to be fighting them.
Yeah, so she's going against Sijara Sarge Eubanks. Her last fight was against Roxanne Modafferi. She did the most decision.
That was on The Ultimate Fighter, yeah.
On the show.
So all of her recent fights have been tough because she blew weight against Nico Montano.
Yeah, she was supposed to fight her for the flyweight championship, and she blew weight, so Roxanne stepped in.
Yep.
And that was a great fight against Nico.
It was fun.
Yeah. It was very... Do you remember Roxanne almost got that arm bar? That would have been nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad...
Well,
I'm not glad she didn't. It would have been cool if she got gold, but then shit saves her from having to fight Valentina Shevchenko and dying.
Yeah. They probably would have done a rematch with Sarge, though. First.
Oh,
and then let the winner of that get Valentina.
Yeah, right.
Which still...
By the way, good luck to the flyweight champion Nico Montano.
Oh, boy.
Good luck. That's Godspeed.
Oh, boy.
Godspeed.
How much weight can you gain/lose?
Godspeed. That's literally, I'll just say it over again, Godspeed. I'll tweet that to her, too. Fuck it.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. But yeah, she's already gone through shit because of Ariel. Yeah. Ariel's already pissed her off enough.
I mean, to be fair, Ariel is good friends with all of the Valentina team because she's been on that show 1,400 times. So, yeah, Sijara Eubanks, I am pretty impressed with. Lauren Murphy, I think, is very underrated, though. I mean, she's fucking 10-3.
I think here I'm going to go with Lauren Murphy via decision.
Really?
And I have no reason why.
Okay. That makes more sense then. I'm going Sijara Eubanks via decision.
I was leaning Eubanks, but I was like, I don't know why. I'm just going to go Murphy for no reason why. It's just a gut call.
I'm going Sijara via decision, mostly because they're both very hittable on the feet. Lauren's kind of okay everywhere, but Sarge has a very solid top game and top Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She also, and takedowns rather, and she also has that head kick knockout of Deanna Bennett on the show, and she's been tightening up her boxing. I believe she's out at is it Extreme Couture? Is that the Robert Falls gym with Kevin Lee and all that?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's out there, and she seems to be sharpening up her hands a lot in the last. Just over the course of Tough, she seemed to be sharpening up her hands since her Invicta run. So I'm going to go Sijara by decision. I would not be surprised by a sub or TKO via ground and pound, though, late.
So next up we have what could be the worst fight ever or one of the best fights ever.
Well, define best. Like, it's gonna end up on MMA Depressed.
Let's be real. This is gonna be a really fucking terrible fight.
This is going to end up on.
This could be really bad.
Yeah, this is gonna end up on MMA Vivisection MMA Nation's MMA Depressed show. 100%. The one that Connor and Zane do. Whether it's a good bad fight or a bad fight, it's gonna end up on there.
So, John Vellante, a record of 16-9. This is a light heavyweight belt, by the way.
Yep.
I'm gonna sound as excited as I possibly can for this, but it's gonna be a little tough. Be a challenge. Last time we saw John Vellante, it was a terrible fucking fight. Sorry, I'm being a little honest. Bob Menery style. For those of you who don't know, Bob Menery's not really a commentator, but he's on Instagram, and he's a commentator if they really want to.
Holy fucking shit!
That guy. By the way, he almost has 1 million followers now, and there's a big campaign for him to commentate the Little League World Series. Obviously, that would never happen.
Never happen.
But I'll show you a clip later why it would be great.
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah.
Anytime fake announcers are swearing, it's always a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, last time we saw John Vellante, it was a very, very anticlimactic fight for all 3 rounds against Francimar Barroso. That was not a fun fight to watch, and I actually got up during that fight to get beer multiple times. Even during the climax of the fight, which wasn't a climax of the fight. I'm just being brutally honest here. It was not a good fight.
Yeah, so that qualifies as a skip on your Eugene S. Robinson.
Oh, it's
would I get a beer during this test?
Yes.
For Care Don't Care, he always has the would I stop from getting a beer to watch this?
Smiling Sam Alvey, a friend of the podcast.
That's right, very cool dude. I actually tweeted him not that long ago asking if he's going to be at the Del Mar Fair card that the Amis do, and he said he is, so that should be fun.
Last time we saw him, or I actually didn't see this fight, I saw the highlights. He knocked out Polish guy, how do I say his name? Marcin
Prochnow.
Marcin Prochnow.
Prochnow, maybe?
Prochnow?
Something like that. Anyway, before that, he had the win over Ramazan Emiev.
He lost.
Right. The decision loss to Ramazan Emiev, where he just got stuck against the cage the entire time. Went over Rashad Evans by split decision.
Lost to Taos Litis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm going. I think I'm going Sam Alvey. I'm not really confident in this. John Vellante, I know, throws volume, but he gets gassed. I heard he gassed in a 3-round fight and could barely stand up.
He does gas a lot.
And Sam Alvey likes to point fight and stand the outside and has decent jabs. So I'm just going Sam Alvey by decision.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he likes to point fight. I'd say
excuse me, that's insulting to him. So.
Well, no, I would say he's a because he gets a lot of knockouts. He's just a counter fighter with low volume.
Yeah.
So like
he's an outside fighter, is why I assumed he was a point fighter, which is
right. Well, he's like he's a pressure outside fighter where he's gonna pressure you constantly and just stay behind the jab, which is mostly feints more than a jab, and then land with a big shot, overhand right. I believe is he southpaw? He might be southpaw. Overhand left.
But he's not stance. He is definitely southpaw.
I believe he's southpaw. I have Sam Alvey via knockout off a counter shot, probably in the second. I just don't see a way where John Vellante doesn't get hit with a bomb in this fight. And I think if he does, Sam Alvey hits hard enough. And I want to think that now that Sammy Alvey is at 205 for this fight, that he's going to be more willing to throw than he normally is.
Yep.
Because he's always a little hesitant, or at least lately. But I think that if I gotta imagine the weight cut is part of that. So I'm going Sam Alvey, knockout, probably late second, early third.
So this next fight should be very competitive. It's a featherweight
First of two tamers.
Yep, it's a featherweight bout between Julio Arce and the other Tamer brother.
Sorry, second of two tamers.
Yeah, the younger Tamer brother, Daniel Tamer.
I don't know why this one is on the main card.
I know people were asking that on Reddit, like, hey, how come Daniel's above his brother David?
Well, it's because they don't they don't think Daniel's going to win this fight.
Yeah. And they want to project...
They're very high on Julio Arce.
Which,
and for good reason.
Spoiler alert, I am too.
Me too.
Julio Arce has come off a victory over Dan Ige. Ige? Okay,
I know, it sounds wrong when you say it like that.
God, dude, people...
I'm pretty sure it's Ige.
I've heard Ige and Ige.
I believe it's Ige.
I have no idea.
I could be wrong, though.
I'll have to look on Anatomy of a Fighter, because he trained to Khabib, a.k.a.
Oh, okay.
And he was on a bunch of that behind-the-scenes shit.
Nice.
And he's Hawaiian. Well, he doesn't look Hawaiian. Well, that's not fair. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm going Julio Arce via decision, because Tamor is a tough motherfucker, based on that limited amount of tape that me and you watched before we recorded today.
Definitely, yeah. Arce has really good hands and good takedown defense. Tamer has short reach, as you pointed out, and he just wings a lot of hooks.
I told you before, he would be if Artem Lobov was actually good.
He's got real short reach.
Yeah.
Especially against
his reach, it's probably about 64.
Especially against a dude like Arce, who is very, very split.
69, no way. There's no way.
I mean,
That's a 5-5. No, I do not fucking believe. No, no. That's like, dude, Cody
People
Garbrandt.
lie about a lot of that stuff, though.
No, because Cody Garbrandt's 5'8" and he's 65, which is me, and I'm 5'6" and I'm 60. You know what I mean? No, I don't believe that. Neither do you. There's no fucking way. Do you see what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
There's no. He's 64, 65. He's Artem Lobov reach.
It seems that way when you watch footage of him.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm for sure going with...
Max Holloway is 69 reach, and he's 5'11".
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I'm going Arce. Honestly, I think Arce
finishes him.
He could get the finish in this.
How's his grappling or jiu-jitsu?
I don't know that I've seen enough of his game. I know he is. I've only really seen how good his takedown defense is. I haven't really seen him on the ground much. Then again, I haven't watched a lot of footage of him.
You're sticking with a TKO KO?
Yeah, probably. Decision's probably the right pick, but I'm hoping for a chaotic card with a lot of finishes, which these next 3 fights could very well produce.
So I already know who I'm picking for this next fight, but let's talk about it anyway.
I'm conflicted.
I
know who I'm picking too, but I don't like that I'm picking.
So we got Jake Ellenberger, veteran, 31-13. Last time we saw him, he got knocked into the Shadow Realm by Mike Perry, who is 2% black, and had a great shout out, not really, a terrible shout out to welterweight champion Tyron Woodley on Twitter last week. Before that, he also got finished in a controversial way to Jorge Masvidal, where someone's toe got
foot sucked in the cage. Yeah,
that was a weird fucking fight. Plastered. Before that, he knocked out Matt Brown and blah blah blah. He thought karate was funny against Wonderboy a couple years ago. You know how it goes. Ben Kilby Saunders, last time we saw him, he fought against fellow teammate Alan Joban, a fight that, well, they don't really want to fight each other because they're homies.
That was a bummer.
It was a bummer fight.
Edgy Bra was so upset.
Alan Joban knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, you have to take that fight for Alan because that's a great matchup style.
Yeah.
I took Alan in fantasy and I feel bad about it because I really like Ben Saunders.
Yeah. Yeah. The height disparity, Ben Saunders is a lot bigger, 6'3" versus Ellenberger's 5'10". Ellenberger hits real fucking hard. I was initially thinking
Ben Saunders has the big clinch advantage though, if he can initiate and stay in it. Like,
yeah,
his Muay Thai clinch is
I'm sticking
legit.
with my pick, man. Fuck it. I'm going Saunders by decision. I think he's gonna grind it out.
Really?
Just control him with the clinch.
I've been going back and forth, man. I'm very all over the place on this one. I'm still not really. You know what? Fuck it. Team Ben Saunders. Kill a B all day.
Too.
I'll go Kill a B via TKO second.
I was thinking about that because of like Ellenberger's chin.
Well, that's the thing is, I think if he can last through the first round, I think Ben has a decent chance of clipping Ellenberger with a knee or an elbow in the clinch. The problem is the first round's going to be fucking rough on him. So we'll see how that plays out. But
this one I'm pretty confident who I'm picking.
Oh, I already have one of these using fantasy.
Let's just get it out of the way. So we have Walt the Big Ticket Harris, who, like you mentioned earlier, has a bet with.
I believe he has a bet with John Anik.
John Anik.
That if he wins a belt in the next year or two, something like that, that he will. John Anik has to get a tattoo of a ticket on him.
He's going up against fellow heavyweight Daniel Spitz, who's fighting out of Spokane, Washington, at record 6-1.
Yeah, Team Sick Jitsu.
Yeah, where Michael Chiesa trains. Walt Harris, last time he's on a 2-fight skid. Then again, he has a...
not really.
Well,
not really.
He got DQ'd. Oh, is that the one where he kicked Godbeer in the face when he shouldn't have?
Yes. Yeah. There was a nut shot or an eye poke or something like that. Godbeer shied away.
And I remember I watched that replay a bunch of times, dude, and that was pretty fucked up, dude. Like,
it was, but the ref should have stepped in the middle and not
Yes.
just said something. Like, it
was... Before that, he had a last-second... fill in against Fabricio Verdum and got submitted in like the first
Which
minute.
Is like no shame in that, dude. That's
Daniel Spitz, Daddy Longlegs, as they call him, knocked out Anthony Hamilton, but at this point, who hasn't knocked out Anthony Hamilton?
Whoever just lost to Anthony Hamilton that I was real pissed about.
Yeah, right.
And I've been fading Anthony Hamilton for like I like Anthony Hamilton as a dude, but I've been fading him in fights for like 4 or 5 now.
And wow, Daniel Spitz has only had 2 UFC fights. Yeah, well, spoiler alert, me and Chris are both going Walt Harris. I'm going by knocked the fuck out. That's how I'm going.
I am as well. Probably TKO ground and pound, but yeah. I would say first round. Could be second. I'd say probably first. I just think he's too sharp and too slick. Also, Walt Harris is southpaw, and fucking Daniel dips his head to the southpaw side all the time when he circles. Like, if you watch him circle, especially against Godbeer in that fight, and Anthony Hamilton, the way he uses that weird Dominic Cruz sick jitsu footwork and, like, he dips his head to that southpaw side a lot when he circles. So I gotta imagine I gotta imagine Walt Harris has seen that, because Walt Harris won that last fight with a power kick off the left side. Well, I should say he got DQ'd with a power kick off the left side. Yep. So, yeah, I gotta go that way.
So this next fight is gonna be a banger.
Oh yeah, these next two.
Yeah. We got currently undefeated lightweight Gregor the Gift Gillespie is fighting against, and I know I've made fun of this guy's nickname, Vince without the E from Hell Pichel.
Yep.
Who's 11-1, and he has defied my expectations the past 2 fights. I'll admit. I watched this guy when he was on the Ultimate Fighter 15, the Dominic Cruz Faber fight, and
yeah.
He lost Al Quinta, but then Al Quinta
in 2012.
Yeah. So this is he had a big layoff.
Yeah, he had a big because
this is why. Dude,
yeah,
this is why.
That's why you faded.
This is why I forgot about this guy.
Yeah.
Wow, you know what? Credit to him, dude. He's been fucking killing it lately.
He had a hell of a comeback.
He must have had some health problems or some shit.
Yeah, he had a bunch of injuries back to back.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because he beat Injaquani
Holy shit.
and then had a bunch of health problems they had to get through.
God damn.
I want to say knee stuff.
Yeah, he's 35.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's now or never for him, man. Holy shit.
Definitely.
Gregor Gillespie does not have an age available, but if I remember it, he's like 30.
Something like that, late 20s, early 30s.
He's like 29 or 30.
Loves fishing.
He's from Long Island, New York. Yep, he loves fishing. This guy has been nothing short of impressive. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm picking him, dude. This dude looks so fucking good.
I am as well, but hesitantly.
I am because I like Vince Pichel's countering in the clinch and against when he's backed up against the fence. I think his last 2 finishes were with an uppercut. At least his last fight was. Yeah, he uppercutted the fuck out of Damian Brown.
Yeah.
And that was when he was pressure against the cage. He has really good countering against the cage. Deals with pressure well. Which Gillespie likes to do, but Gillespie has very good jiu-jitsu too, and top control.
And he has really good wrestling. I think a lot of this is going to come down to whether Gillespie can get top control consistently. And also if he can keep it and not get caught in something.
And I'm going Gillespie by decision because Pichel's a tough motherfucker.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going the same way. Yeah, I would not be surprised though. Pichel is I would argue probably clear, like solid underdog pick.
Yeah.
I just realized we haven't been doing odds for like the last 40 fights. Let's see. I'll rattle them off. Where do we last?
We had left off with
Jessica Aguilar.
Yeah, so Desmond Green.
Jesus Christ.
Desmond Green, the odds.
Desmond Green minus 295 to plus 265. Gleason Tebow. Yep, that checks out.
So
Bilal is a minus 380
something. Yeah,
to a plus 340 chance.
David's probably minus 220 if I were to guess.
290.
290. Okay.
To a plus 260, Nick Lynch.
Sajar is probably a minus 250?
185 to a plus 170.
Okay. Sam Alvey's probably a minus 180?
140 to a plus 130. Okay. You're pretty good at this.
Okay. Julio Arce is probably a minus 300, I imagine.
Ooh, 165 to a plus 155.
Okay. That's closer than I thought. Jake Ellen. Okay. I imagine Ellenberger is a minus 210, if I were to guess.
Minus 165 to a plus 155. Ben
Walt
Saunders.
Harris has got to be minus 240.
255 to a plus 235.
Gregor is probably a minus 190, I would guess. Probably
380.
Whoa!
To a plus
380? Oh
yeah.
My God! Well,
that's
if
crazy.
you're a betting man, put money on Pichel because that's
a crazy line.
Okay. Should we do spoiler into the odds for the main event real quick? Well, no, that's not fair though, because we got.
Yeah, let's pick it first, and then we'll talk about the odds.
Let's go ahead and pick the main event.
But yeah, no, those. So it's. By the way, you're great at picking odds, dude. You are close to a handicapper. that worked out great. You were not far off on any of those.
Yeah. Okay, so the main event of the evening in Utica, New York. Jimmy El Terror. I've never heard anyone call him that, by the way.
I've never heard that.
It's just Jimmy Rivera.
El Terra Rivera.
Yeah,
it's because they're from New York, so they say Terra.
Yeah, Matt the Terra Serra, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that him? Yeah. Okay, so Jimmy Rivera. who spells it like Jimmy Johnson, the NASCAR legend. Don't tell that to the actual NASCAR fans because he's from San Diego and they get mad because he's not from the South. Anyways, that's NASCAR talk. Marlon Moraes, Marlon Magic, not the Magic Man. Who's the Magic Man? That's the magician John Dodson. He's a magic guy. Anyways, Marlon
Moraes.
Or
a Job from Arrested Development.
That's right.
Hey.
Yeah. Caw-caw. Yeah.
Cuckoo ka-cha!
Yeah. What's the song? Oh, the Final Countdown by Europe.
Oh, yeah. That's actually... So we were talking actually earlier about how good
and this is all fucked up.
What's the game that we were talking about earlier? Goddamn. Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yes.
You can set songs in for your helicopter when it shows up. So that it's just blaring a song.
That's
and
amazing.
You can collect cassette tapes throughout the world. One of which is the Final Countdown.
That's amazing.
It's just the only one I used the entire time.
It's the final countdown.
No, literally my helicopter would just show up and it'd go... Do-do-do-do.
That's great. Oh my god. So we got Marlon Moraes versus Jimmie Rivera. Jimmie Rivera fighting out in New Jersey at Tiger Schulman's Mixed Martial Arts. He has a record of 21-1. His only loss, only professionally logged loss.
No, 2.
Being, like I said, only professional loss.
Oh, right, because there's exhibition.
Yes. So there's a caveat to it. There's a catch to it, I should say. His other loss was on the prelims of Tough 14, which doesn't count.
No, it wasn't prelims. It was the
exhibition. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but it's the
preliminary. It was the tryouts.
Yeah,
it's where like they analyze you if they want you.
I forget what it's called.
It doesn't count.
You want to say elimination, but that's wrong. Essentially, yeah.
It's an exhibition match.
Yeah.
Basically, they analyze you, and this was at featherweight. He fought Dennis Bermudez, who defeated him via TKO actually, and Dennis Bermudez actually got pretty far that season. For the featherweights,
which was back in 2011, which is crazy.
TJ Dillashaw
around that long.
made it to the finals against John Dodson for the bantamweights. The featherweights it was Dennis Bermudez. I think he made it to the finale against Diego Brandao, and Diego Brandao beat him.
Yep, clipped him.
Yeah, which is why Conor McGregor ended up fighting Diego Brandao, cause like a former tough winner. You know how that works.
So Jimmie Rivera almost fought Conor McGregor. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, all right. That could have been interesting. Maybe not.
Yeah, and also Diego Brandao lost the shit out of that fight up until he caught that clubbing right hand in his sub, if I remember right.
So, anyways,
if I remember right, that was one of the craziest fights of all time.
Jimmie Rivera, last time we saw him, he won a unanimous decision over Thomas Almeida.
Which was forever ago.
Yeah.
That was before Contender Series existed.
Almost a year ago, so last July.
Yeah,
before that, he was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz last December. That didn't happen because Cruz broke his arm in sparring. He was also supposed to fight not really supposed to fight John Lineker, but it was like a very, very last second.
No, he was supposed to, but then the tooth infection thing.
Oh, that's right. Before that, he had a unanimous decision victory over Uriah Faber, who poked him in the eye like 3 fucking times and almost blinded him.
At least, yeah.
That was a very weird fight.
Very weird.
Before that, he beat Yuri Alcantara. So, by the way, who hasn't beat Marcus Brimage? I feel bad. Jesus Christ.
A lot of dudes early on.
Yeah.
Marcus Brimage used to hit hard as fuck.
By the way, how big is Marlon Moraes as far as how jacked he is? Holy shit, he's like he's like a mini Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, by the way, that picture on Tapology, you sort of should check out Marlon Moraes according to that picture.
Yeah.
That looks photoshopped as fuck.
Yeah.
He looks so
There's
jacked.
There's not the Photoshop decrease.
He doesn't look that jacked in real life. Like, it's just that picture, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did.
Do you remember that Reddit meme, that kid credit? It's the angle and GSP is huge. Do you remember that? Yeah. I lent him my goggles. Marlon Moraes had a very impressive knee knockout against Aljamain.
Well, yeah, kick that turned into a knee.
Yeah. Aljamain was changing levels and slipped to the wrong side and caught the knee to the jaw.
From way too far out,
Before that, he had a split decision win over John Dodson, which I agreed with because he had him in multiple submission attempts.
Yeah.
John Dodson, well, you know how he goes when he loses.
John Dodson's fights are always, like... Yeah.
To be fair, one close fan, I thought John Dodson did win. It was when he fought John Lineker.
That was a close one, man. I would love to watch that fight again.
Yeah. And it was fucked up, too, because Bruce Buffer was like, and the winner, by split decision, John! And they both have a heart attack. Lineker!
Yep.
It's like, God damn it.
Yep. And his only recent loss.
His UFC debut. He lost a very close fight to Rafael Assunção.
Which, by the way, your debut is against fucking Rafael Assunção.
Well, he was World Series of Fighting Bantamweight champion too. So.
Still though.
Yeah.
Fucking Assunção's a beast.
Who do you got in this fight, man? My brain says Rivera. My heart says Moraes.
Yeah, it's honestly, I would argue
think it's a pick'em.
This is one of the best fights on the card, and it's one of the closest fights on the card, in my opinion. Holy shit, these odds. Okay,
Can I guess?
I'll tell you right now.
No, you don't want to tell.
Go ahead.
Okay. Jimmie Rivera.
You're gonna be wrong.
Okay, then Marlon Moraes.
You're gonna be wrong.
Okay, Jimmie Rivera. Minus 310.
Minus 110 to plus 100.
Oh, wow.
It is dead fucking even. Like, minus 110 to plus 100 for... Minus 110 is actually on Marlon right now. Which, like, this is basically dead fucking even.
Wow.
And I'm not surprised because this is a crazy matchup and both these are going to throw heat.
You know what? This is a pick.
Who you leaning?
I mean, I'll probably just go with Marlon because he's on my fantasy, I guess. But I really do think Jimmy will win because I think he's going to try to wrestle fuck him. Marlon's good on the ground, too.
I think if this fight gets finished, it's because of Marlon.
I think Marlon will finish him if it's going to get finished. He'll catch him in the knee. Some crazy shit. It's going to be one of those, like flash KOs, and then that's it.
Outside of a late finish from Jimmy is the only thing. And I think a lot of the reason why Marlon is...
I'm going to go Marlon, dude, by the way. I'm going to go TKO KO. It sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't, though.
If I'm picking Rivera, it's by decision 100%. He'll grind him out.
I could see Marlon...
But he does rip to the body, though, dude.
Well, I could see Rivera with a late TKO because...
Yeah, he does rip to the body really well with the hooks.
He's real good at keeping a pace, and he looks better in the third than he does in the first in most fights, which is always something I lean towards. I'm very torn on this. I think this is probably... It's probably the second or third best fight the 135 division's ever had.
And by the way, you have to give
the TJ Dom and
you have to
Cody,
you have to give the winner this the next title shot, right?
Dude, yeah.
Basically.
Aside from like,
unless if they want to throw Dom in there.
Yeah, aside from a weird Dom entry, yeah, basically. Yeah. And that's even what Jimmie Rivera said on the Middle Easy podcast. Is like, unless they just like randomly throw Dominic Cruz back in, I feel like the winner gets a title shot, which they should because they're fucking killing it, both of them.
If TJ wins, I feel like they throw Dom in there to give him that rematch if he's healthy.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, maybe.
But then if Cody wins, I don't know. I mean, you could do a rematch either way.
Nah.
But not really. No. If Cody wins,
I think you would do Rivera.
Yeah.
Or
Moraes. Or they go trilogy, and it's like, fuck you. God damn it.
No, because I think TJ...
It depends how Cody wins.
Yeah, it all depends. There's a lot of variables, and whether or not Cody gets injured in that.
It's an exciting division, though.
Dude, 135, 145, and 155 are the new best divisions.
Yeah.
70 has kind of died off because of the way that division is structured right now and the way it's being handled. It's kind of died off pretty fucking hard. Like, it's not the GSP, Johnny Hendricks, Rory MacDonald, Robbie Lawler that it used to be. Whereas 135 and 145 and 155 are all fucking killer divisions.
But yeah, by the way, after this, we have to look at the weigh-in. I want to see if this is photoshopped or not. This is...
Oh, no,
this is really kind of odd.
I think it's a lighting thing because he doesn't... Like, I think it's an effect. I think there's... Because the darkness on all the cuts on his abs...
Because look how outlined he is.
Yeah, it's weird. There's definitely some... If you look at the dude on the ground, too, he also has weird shading.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's an effect they put on the photo. But he does look super jacked. I'm really, really torn on this. I guess I'm going Jimmie Rivera by decision. The only thing that makes me a little hesitant, Jimmie Rivera did mention, like we said earlier on a podcast, that he was a little... He didn't say he was banged up, but he said fighters always go into fights banged up. And that was like a month ago, and he like emphasized it in a weird way that sounded like he was banged up. So that could affect the outcome. I'm going to go Jimmy. I guess I'll go decision. I could see late TKO 4th or 5th. Just because I think Jimmie Rivera has the better cardio. And I think that in a fight where they're both coming forward and throwing a lot of volume, I think Jimmie Rivera can keep that pace longer.
By the way, the tagline is no excuses. Can you do that for when Usman fights still? For Usman's sake?
I mean, to be fair, they just use taglines whenever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
I think they got ruined by like all the bad blood and fucking whatever Tito cards happened back in the day when they used to have a tagline for everything where it just immediately got real bad real quick. So, I don't know. I think this should be a fantastic card though overall. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly. Much more than I was for last weekend's card and much more than I will be for the card 3 weekends from now. That is based in Shanghai, I believe. Oh, good Google.
Or Singapore.
Singapore, thank you.
Singapore?
It's Singapore. I was thinking Shanghai because I just want Watch Dogs 2 so bad.
Oh, yeah, huh?
That was in Shanghai, right?
Wait, which game?
Watch Dogs 2? No, it was in Japan.
That was in San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah.
You're right. I'm thinking Yakuza, which was not in China
Japan.
either.
Are you thinking Sleeping Dogs is in Hong Kong?
Sleeping Dogs,
That's
thank
in Hong Kong.
Right, but I think they had one of the DLCs might have been...
Singapore?
No, it wasn't in Singapore.
Taiwan?
Shanghai? Maybe.
I don't
know. I've confused everything at this point. I've got no fucking idea. Yeah, man. This card should be fun, but I'm going to be honest. Stephen Thompson versus Darren Till kind of took some of the steam out of my sails tonight.
Me too.
Dude, we should not have rewatched that on that break. That was a terrible plan.
But yeah, I agree with the majority of the media. I thought Thompson won the fight. Was a good fight. Not really. I see if you're gonna give it to Till, it can't be 4 rounds. That's complete bullshit.
Yeah, you can't give him 4 rounds.
No, that's stupid.
It's crazy.
But
nuts. I don't know. We'll wrap this here. Is there anything else you wanted to shout out that you have coming up other than to keep an eye out for the coverage of UFC 226 we got going?
Not that I could think of, but I do need to think of something. Well, I know we're going to do the Del Mar Fair stuff for sure.
Yes, we'll do that as well. Yeah, that would be dope.
Other than that, if I think of something before that, and that's in a couple weeks already, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. I gotta try and look around and see if Topology...
When is that? Usually it's like June 5th, June 6th? Yeah,
something like that.
It's already next week, I think, actually.
Yeah, when it initially starts.
Yeah, it's next week because it's a month long. It ends around after the 4th of July.
Something like that, yeah. So I'm gonna dig around on Topology and see if there's a card posted or anything, or... I think I still have the contact
info. We'll be
of some
hanging
of
out
those
at the beer
people,
garden,
so.
bring my camera, do all that fun shit.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. We'll have to...
Get a turkey leg,
We'll try and talk Matt's coming down. Matt Hawkins from Coast to Coast Combat Hour that we talked about. So we will be there for that, and we will be back probably on Monday, maybe?
Monday works for me. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do a recap show on Monday. We'll probably do that for this. And then, because we have the big 220 whatever card on next Saturday, right?
The 9th? Yeah.
So, it should be dope.
That's going to be nuts.
Yeah. Cool, man. We will go ahead and wrap this here. But as always, you guys can find us on YouTube, The Sound of Violence podcast. Find us on Twitter, TSOVPod, Gmail, SOVPod@gmail.com. Jesus, what's our other email? ChrisTheSoundOfViolence.com. Hit us up on the MMA community, which we link in every one of these. Hit us up on the MMA Tycoon game, which we link in every one of these. Just come kick it, motherfuckers. And yeah, that's about all I had to plug. If you guys do follow or subscribe on YouTube and everything, we do our best to make sure we post all the podcasts we talked about that are on YouTube. So it's a big old playlist for each episode of all the shows we discussed. So check that out, and that's about all I got. You got anything else, bro?
Nope.
Cool, man. Well, until next time, everybody, gotta do something decadent. We out. Peace.